Hello and good morning. Hi, I'm Jason. The channel is It's Probably Okay. I'm here with some friends and we're gonna play a game. Uh, we wrapped up our Star Wars campaign recently, which was GM'd by the inimitable Blythe Cullen 93 below and to my, well, I guess left. You're watching it from the left. So, you should definitely go check that out. She did a terrific job. It was super, super fun. And in between, we have a couple of episodes already in the bank. If you go over to YouTube and look for Probably Okay Games, you can find the first two episodes that we're going to follow up on today. Today is going to continue a lot of the same characters, but you don't necessarily have to know exactly what happened in those first two. It's kind of episodic, comic book, the trade paperback of like the same characters, new story. That's okay.
We'll have a little box that says refer to issue 226 of this comic.
Exactly. And our friend Jay is out of town for a couple of weeks, so we're gonna do like a two-shot adventure with our friend Kadave here, who will be playing the Alchemist, and then after that, at the end of this month, we're going to be, Jay will be returning, and we will be starting our Urban Shadows campaign, which the second edition just had a really big Kickstarter that worked out well for them. And I've been looking, they have a quick start guide, which all the best games have now. And it looks pretty good. They fixed a lot of stuff that I was like, I always liked Urban Shadows, but there were some sort of crunchy things that I just steamrolled over and didn't worry about. But they have a lot better way of handling stuff now. Oh, and for some reason, I have hero names for two of you and not the other ones. Blythe, you're playing someone.
I lost all of my notes, so I have
Noir. You're playing Noir.
Noir.
I'm like, oh no. So the move, I'm still not unpacked. This room is unpacked.
I've been living here for about 3 years, and we're still not unpacked. You're fine.
And I don't know where my notebook went.
Okay, so you are Noir the Legacy.
Yes.
And if you want to just start a new character sheet, I'm not mad about
No,
it.
I found it. We're good.
Okay.
I mean, thankfully the legacy stuff, thankfully, one thing I love about masks is they make it really easy for you.
Super easy, yeah.
Fairly an inconvenience.
Joey, what was your Fae character's name?
Sylvan.
Oh, Sylvan, the Outsider.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to remember my real name.
Yeah, I don't know. I just watched 8 hours
Something
of
with
it and I
Ia.
don't remember. Or like 6 hours, I guess.
Natalia,
maybe.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Talia.
Oh yeah,
And-
because she's kind of tall, and so I suggested Talia, and then you were like, no,
No, she's very short now. After I played her, I was like, you know what? No. Now she kind of looks like a cross between Ariana Grande and Anya Taylor-Joy in my head, and she's like a tiny but fierce girl.
Okay, yep.
Also, Jason, point of order, I believe she was Noir with an E.
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody, for knowing my character better than I do.
I mean, I literally just like an hour ago listened to character creation, so it's easy to remember when it's that fresh.
Oh, I just analyzed me on Chicken Scratch and realized I wrote Jay's character name wrong in my notes on my new character sheet. I thought Tartan was a weird name for Jay's character.
Atlas. Such a good name.
Wait, I thought his name was Tantrum.
Is it Tantrum?
Tantrum,
Who's
yeah.
Atlas?
Yes.
Atlas was Noir's
Atlas
dad.
was
Oh,
yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what
Atlas
happens when you
and-
only skim your notes and you don't.
Oh
actually
yeah, it
read
was
them.
Atlas Obscura.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what I did. I mixed up my nameplate with Blythe's. So Blythe, you're gonna be Jason for a second. Hold on.
Okay. I am the host now.
Oh, what have you done, Jason?
I have the power. We're
Oh,
just going
there
to
it
talk
goes.
about Falcon and Winter Soldier, and we're
Okay,
going to analyze
let's go.
Sebastian Stan's butt for like 3 hours. It's
Yep,
fine.
I would
I
like
am a
to know
Sebastian
more.
Stan. I am a major Sebastian Stan.
I just
Mm-hmm.
honestly, there's a lot of things I want to say about that show, but spoilers, so I'm not.
Yeah,
Right,
we better
yeah.
hold off on that.
A lot of good things, nothing
Yes.
bad.
I am
I'm
very
very-
behind because we have been
Zemo dance break.
this
Like-
week and leading up to these last 2 weeks and leading up to these last 2 weeks at work have been a lot. I'll just put it that way.
I feel like Zemo watched Spider-Man 3 and it's like, I'm gonna choose that,
Yeah, like, oh, I know what a superhero does.
but like in the best way. Like,
Right.
Yeah. It was the best. It was the better version of what Spider-Man 3 was going for.
yes, absolutely. I loved it. I was here for that entire moment.
Also, Daniel Bruhl apparently is the German voice of Lightning McQueen in Cars, and I feel like I needed to share this information with everybody for some reason.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. That is
I don't
important
know.
information that we all needed.
Zemo is Lightning McQueen.
Now I'm super excited envisioning his recording sessions, like in the booth, like him doing Owen Wilson impressions.
Yeah.
That's so perfect for me.
Welcome, folks in the chat. Dorkler Canada, as always, our intrepid moderator, is here to take good care of us and keep us safe. Nightshade88, welcome in. Mortem Interitum, thank you so much for your subscription. 13 months, that's the whole time I've had a channel. So thank you so much for that support. It's really incredible and means a lot to me. So thank you so much for that. Now, the characters here, I was going to go around and ask everyone to introduce their characters, but I'm not sure who remembers their character the most. So does anybody want to introduce their character and tell us what they're about?
Well, now that I remember her name, I do remember her story.
Okay,
I can actually introduce her.
yeah, tell us about Noir.
Yeah, so hi everybody, I'm a Blythe Kala. I'm playing Noir, who is a legacy hero from a long line of heroes for a long time, and her parents, when she was... It's been fairly recent, but basically her parents decided, they saw the future and were like, the only way to have a good future is to be bad guys. So they became bad guys because apparently them being good guys was going to ruin the future. So now her parents are villains and their names are Atlas and Obscura, because puns. And so she is trying to kind of rebel against that because she is like, we can change the future either way. I don't think this was the right answer, parents. And so Noir is kind of trying really hard to fix her family legacy and like be a good guy. And I'm realizing as I'm watching Invincible, this sounds a lot like that now. I'd never seen or read the comic prior to making this character, but now I'm like, huh, I should read that comic. But yeah, so Noir is like tiny fierce shadow girl from a legacy of now villains.
Okay, great. Pooja, do you want to tell us about Zumac?
Sure. Zumac is the Nova, and she has biokinetic powers, which she mostly uses on plants. But every once in a while, emotions happen, and emotions cause things to happen, and then all her friends grow, flesh wings.
Oh yeah.
She has a giant crush on Noir, and maybe a budding crush on Sylvan.
Oh
Possibly.
yeah, and Noir has a crush on both of these people.
Wouldn't all of Sumac's crushes be budding?
No, some of them are just fully flowering.
I see,
Some of them are
I
bearing
see.
fruit.
Yes.
Hot.
Yeah. And let's go to Joey with Sylvan next.
Okay. Let's see how much I remember. So Sylvan, a human name is Avery Wynn. He is the son of the trickster fae known as Puck, and he was sent to the mortal realm on a mission, as Oberyn likes to do sometimes. I think the way we worked it out was Oberyn sent Puck, and then Puck sent me because Puck didn't want to go. Which, that's why you have children, I believe, right? You make them do the things you don't want to do. That's what I've heard, at least. And he's kind of forgotten his mission a little bit, got kind of wrapped up in being a teenager and having fun, and is in a pretty public relationship, I think, with Noir. I think that's how we're playing it at the moment. But exploring what a relationship between Noir and Zumac might look like, maybe. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, he's like I said, he's the outsider. He is very pretty because I can't help myself. He has radical shape-shifting because that's how a fae do. And with one of my advancements, I took sorcery and legendary speed. So he's got a lot going on. He sometimes knows what he's doing, but most of the time just makes it up as he goes.
I have to unmute myself. Awesome, thank you. And our special guest for 2 whole episodes, we have Dave playing the Alchemist. Who are you? How did you get in here?
Well, I keep checking random Zoom meeting codes, and I was like, "Hey, my friends," in quotes.
And then you found this one.
Yeah, and then I signed off of there, and I went hunting for another one. But I decided to play a Reformed because I've played Masks before, but I've never played with the additional playbooks, just the core ones. And I like the idea of somebody that had personal time spent on the villain side of the tracks and has now come back around partially willingly to the better side. The Alchemist is the name that kind of stuck because I picked the character and I went with Ferrokinesis, but not all metal. I don't want to be like Captain Metal everything. Literally just lead and gold because they're so close together periodically.
Hey,
and
Dave, real quick, sorry to interrupt you. You can you like reduce the output on your mic a little bit? It's coming through pretty hot.
Oh,
sorry.
So what you're saying is you can control Iron Man's suit because it's usually a gold titanium alloy.
the gold part.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me.
What happens if you just strip the gold out of an alloy? Like, what does that look like?
It doesn't go well. Sorry, this was a very long me trying to figure out if if Magneto, not overpowered, could use his magnetism to control Iron Man's suit, and I went down a very long rabbit hole about this.
Yeah, I don't think Iron Man has like ferrokinetic materials in his suit because he's not actually iron.
Depends on the suit.
Well, also Magneto controls magnetism, not metal. So I was trying to figure out if the metals in Iron Man's suit are magnetic, and typically they are not. And I went down a hole. Unless you there's like a hole unless you combine them at a certain thing, and then you can change the properties and make them magnetic. And then I remember why comics just go, Magneto controls all magnetism and can change magnetism at will. And I'm like, that's fair.
That's just magic.
He controls a fundamental force of our planet, so he could just decide one day to knock the planet off its rotation and kill us all.
Is that a little better, Mike?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
No worries.
Sorry to interrupt your introduction. So you're playing the Reformed. What was Alchemist like before, and how did you get to the Reformed condition now?
So, Alchemist, as a younger teen, was essentially recruited by a villain named Lord Cannon. Because I'm adding him to the universe as canon.
Yep.
But he essentially was a tech kind of villain and recruited me to be the guy that could mass produce all of the circuit boards for him very easily, for all kinds of robot creatures and creations. And that was totally cool. Like, it was super fun, right? Like, I imagine that as a teenager, well, as anybody that suddenly gets like ultimate control over one element, or two in this case, like, you just want to play around with them all the time. Like, you just like, yeah, hey, look, yeah, it's fun. Like, give me a big pile of gold and I will print circuit boards all day because it's super fun and neat. But after a big fight with a hero called the Geomancer, in which all of the robots of Lord Cannon were defeated, Lord Cannon just abandoned me on the field of battle, and I ended up arrested. And I spent the rest of my up to age 18 years in essentially like super juvie. And then now that I'm 18, they're like, okay, we'll let you go, but you have to finish off a high school degree and you're on probation. So I'm out and about, and I've kind of seen that, like, oh, you can be a hero and still get to use your powers and do cool stuff and have fun. It's not like you have to be a bad guy to be free to use your superpowers. And that's kind of what I learned originally. Yeah. So,
and you don't have much of a secret identity, right? Like, this is because you got arrested and it's just kind of out there.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of envision it's a scenario kind of like the kid from Hackers. What's his name?
Overdrive.
Crash Overdrive. Yeah.
Crash Override. No.
Yeah.
Who was Zero Cool?
That was his original name, I think.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. So anyway, the additional piece of information here is that Alchemist, what was his real name?
Eric Alders.
Oh, right. Eric Alders is a known quantity, right? Like relatively famous, and has very publicly been released from juvenile hall, had a, is on, legally on parole, all of the things have been in place, and needs to finish high school. He has been enrolled at your high school. And what I want to do is kind of push us forward a little bit. So time has passed since the battle on the Ark, the out to sea supervillain rehabilitation center, and the school year. Did we say what time of year that was? I don't remember if we even got to that.
I don't think we did.
Okay, so I'd love to say that was summer break where that happened, and it's now fall, and you're going back to school.
I feel like the what did you do during the summer essays are going to be really interesting.
But it's big news that Eric Alders, this criminal on parole, I guess, what do we say, parolee, right? Did his time and is being enrolled at your high school. Now the three of you, there are other like superpowered kids at your school. I think you gotta have like a high school for, like, not everyone there has superpowers, but if you have superpowers, you should probably go to the special school with reinforced walls and, extra fire extinguishers and some superpowered teachers and all that. But out of the other three of you, who has a secret identity? Sylvan does, and Zumac does, but Noir, you're famous as Noir, right?
Yeah, but because my family, like...
The legacy.
Everyone knows who we are.
Yeah, okay. But then Zumac and Sylvan have secret identities. Noir, do you know their their secret identities?
I think so. I think that was discussed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you at least know Sylvan's.
And I think we established that like the group knows.
Yeah.
It's just that because both Tantrum and I are trying to keep under the radar for
Right.
reasons.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he was a government experiment and doesn't want to go back into that. So, fair.
So I'm only dating you very secretly. I guess. I don't know. Noir is kind of like in high school. Like, so how does this...
Well, it's mainly that
How
I
does this
don't
work?
I think it was that I don't want my family to find me.
Yeah.
So I think like the Zumac identity is my identity that I go around with.
Sure.
And it's my real name that I keep secret.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So I'm perfectly happy publicly dating you so long as no one calls me by my name.
Yeah, and as long as we don't see Noir and Zumac dating, then no one would put together that Noir and this girl from high school are dating. That was because everyone knows who Noir is like in the news regularly, and if Noir has a girlfriend, that would be in the news.
Exactly.
And
so long as Noir and Zumac are dating,
it's
fine.
Yes.
So Noir and Shafali dating becomes a problem.
Right. So you can't like hold hands at school or do any of that kind of stuff because that would give it away.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, at school, the way Noir is, Natalia's kind of like a mild Regina George. Not mean.
Oh, I remember.
Like,
yeah.
Has very much, because of the way she is with her reputation, she's very much like taken over the school. Like, you will like me. I will not have a bad reputation here.
Great. And so the three of you are getting ready to go back to school. Noir, as a public superhero figure, the principal has asked you to help Alchemist Eric become integrated into the school because the principal knows that you're popular and you know the school well, and the principal would like you to show Eric around school and sort of introduce him to what's going on and where the classes are and all that kind of stuff.
She kind of thinks about this for a second because she's like, that could do a number. But then she kind of just smiles and is like, if that's what you want, I gotta please the principal and the students.
Okay. I can't remember where I'm going to reuse a superhero principal I used before where he was kind of like a Madrox multiple man situation. Where did we have that before?
That would be in Spider-Verse.
Oh, Spider-Verse. Okay, great. I'm just going to use that. That was fun. We'll have to name the principal later, but everyone knows that this principal is a multiplier, right? And can just become multiple things. It's not like a gross biological process. It's like a, just magical splitting thing. And so he's frequently in multiple places around the school, just taking care of business. Eric, when you get to school, you are immediately greeted by one of the principals and, some of the other... Now, there are no... the school doesn't have cops on campus. That's not a thing. I know that's a thing you see in some public schools in real life. That's not a thing here. But there are superpowered teachers on campus, and the campus is very secure. And the principal is waiting out front for you to arrive. There are news teams just off of school property trying to take your picture. How do you handle that part, Eric? Just who's driving you to school? What is that? Are you on the bus? You're 18, so it's a little awkward.
I think I drive myself to school.
Okay.
Like there's got to be like a senior parking lot kind of
Yeah,
situation.
definitely.
So I probably drive, and I probably have like just kind of a aggressively normal car.
Yeah, like just a
like it's a
Toyota Corolla, extra Corolla.
yeah in the like champagne beige.
Yeah.
Yeah, like like just trying to be
It's
as
it's only
completely
champagne
normal
beige
as I can.
if it's from the champagne region. I can't finish. Otherwise, it's just sparkling brown.
Oh, ew.
Lovely. Just lovely.
I'm sorry.
Tan, maybe? Let's go with tan.
Sure, sparkling tan,
Taupe.
is that better?
Sparkling
Oh.
taupe.
I hope sounds too exotic. You
Okay.
gotta back it up.
Otherwise, it's just dirty yellow.
Yeah.
May not be. That may not have been better.
Yeah, I don't know if that's better.
That's a whole choice you made. That's a whole thing right there, all by yourself.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, so Eric, you come into the senior parking lot. You have instructions to, that the principal is supposed to meet you with your a student ambassador who's going to show you around. And what year are the rest of you now? Like, what year is this starting for you? Eric's going to be a senior again.
I thought we all agreed like senior year. Because
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm okay
this
with
is
senior.
also senior year for all of you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
great.
simple.
That lines up perfectly then. So, out of curiosity, I'd love to have a little flashback scene with just the three of you, and it's like towards the end of summer break, and the three of you are hanging out because like Tantrum has gone off somewhere, like some sort of family trip, right? They're just gone for the summer, and apparently they're going to stay gone for a little while. But the three of you are hanging out together, finding out the news about Eric Alders. He's, famously announced as being released from juvenile hall and all this kind of stuff. So, Sylvan, where
Yeah.
are we hanging out?
I think we're hanging out. I'm seeing kind of like a bluff, like something like kind of overlooking the city.
Sure.
Kind of what you would normally consider like a makeout point, but not really a makeout point, but that kind of view, like that's slightly secluded over the city.
Okay. And Sumac, what do we have to eat or drink or snack on here? What has been brought here?
I think Zumac decided to make a full picnic for this
Okay.
because that seemed like an appropriate response.
All right. And
So it's a bunch of little finger foods and some sandwiches and other snacks and drinks in a thermos
awesome.
because one time she saw that in a movie.
Yeah. And Noir, what time of day is it?
it's nighttime.
Okay. Nighttime, daytime.
My favorite. Oh,
I love that stupid bird. Okay, so the three of you are hanging out and chit-chatting about whatever. Has there been any resolution over the summer about the multiple crushes happening?
There was definitely a text, I think, that Sumac sent.
Yeah, that
We
was like
all
a couple
had it.
months ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Oh.
what is the end result? Is this a polycule situation? Did we decide on a couple and a friend? What's the outcome?
I mean, so for Noir, she was basically like, I have feelings for you both.
Honesty.
She kind of just was like, since it came up and it's being forced, she's like, I have feelings for you both. I don't know what to do about that.
I would like to, if everyone's okay with it, work with the kind of poly relationship like aspect of that. Like to say that we are embarking on this together.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here
Kinda
for it.
right.
Let's, yeah.
Cool.
I mean, we're together so much anyway. Like, it's, yeah.
We're gonna have to explain this to Tantrum at some point, that
yeah.
we're all dating. But
But
otherwise,
it's also
yeah.
okay. And just to be clear for folks tuning in who maybe didn't see the other episodes of this, Jay as a player had also said he didn't prefer having like romantic kind of character entanglements, and so that's also part of we wouldn't want to leave Jay out of something, but he had specifically opted out of that type of thing. So we there's some flexibility there.
No, but I picture some really funny team hangouts now.
Yeah, totally.
It might become awkward at some point.
I'm sure it will. I hope so. So, which of you heard first about this parolee coming to your high school?
Probably Noir. I'm probably the only one who checks the school emails.
Well, it also would be news, right?
Yeah.
Like it would be like front page news if there were newspapers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Sylvan would have. I don't think he keeps up on things, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. It would be Noir.
Okay.
I think Zumac is really into the
Okay, so I just want to have a brief scene of Noir telling your friends about what's happening. So take it away.
You guys hear? Eric Alders, the alchemist, is coming to our school.
Alchemist.
he
That-
was
that-
like the henchman to that guy, right?
Yeah.
Like
The one who controls metal? Some metal?
Oh, right. Yeah. Really? Like,
Yeah, I guess he's on parole and is... I mean, everyone deserves a second chance, right?
yeah, sure.
Mhm.
I'm just, is he a little old?
18? According to the newspaper.
yeah, so I mean,
Ew,
not that
gross.
old. I guess it was just the outfit that made him look so much like.
I mean, the she pulls out a newspaper and it's like the picture's not doing him any favors. They always pick the worst, it's like the worst photo of someone being shoved out of a courthouse or something.
Dave, can you give us a physical description of Eric?
I think I'm leaning into aggressively average. Just a complete, the person that you would just not even remember on the street, even if you were paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
However, he does have super gold eyes.
Okay. Solid or just the color iris?
Just the iris.
Okay.
Just the iris. If he turned around and the sun catches his eye, it would reflect at you.
Oh, yeah,
And
okay.
be,
Ooh, love that.
awkwardly bright. So I think he wears sunglasses a lot outside
Sure.
to not do that. And also because it creeps out normal people,
Sure.
right? Because it's not like, oh, you've got some gold flecks in your pretty green eye or whatever. It's like there. It looks like there's a metal eyeball, and that.
Yeah, okay. Wild. Okay. So,
Yeah.
I'll let the three of you continue with this for another minute here.
Yeah, so I imagine the picture on the paper is literally probably your shot of you getting arrested. Because
Yeah,
that's usually what they do. So it's not the most flattering of photos, but Noir's kind of yeah, I mean, I just...
There's probably also a picture of me in supervillain outfit mode, and it's I just plate myself entirely in gold, head to toe, kind of like the gold Silver Surfer.
I was about to say Silver Surfer, but gold. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, a little bit like that. But probably like with a little bit of tacky adornment also, like not just gold guy, but like
Yeah, because the
Old guy
gold is
with a
so
crown.
understated.
right.
So what you're saying is you're the teen in yellow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. And listeners, Dave is famous for having played the king of everything yellow. And that's, yeah. Oh, that's good. So what was the event that you got arrested at?
It was there was a big showdown between the Geomancer and Lord Cannon,
Mm-hmm.
and I showed up and was helping, but then we were defeated. Cannon took off and left me behind, and that's when I got arrested. So like it's like a battlefield of like stone golems and robot parts. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. So anything else we want to take care of on the bluff? Okay. Just a little bit of background. So now we'll jump back to Eric walking across the parking lot, the principal, and well, I guess just Principal Madrox. I know, like Madrox, the character in comic books, is a real dickhole, but ours is not, and I can't think of another name off the top of my head. So that's. Oh, I know. His last name is Canada. It's Principal Canada.
Yeah. That's what I heard. What did you say?
Principal of Canada.
This is good.
Canada.
So Principal Canada and Noir are there to greet you at the steps. There's also a bunch of kids who have definitely been told to like bug off. Like everyone,
sure.
don't stare at the recent parolee coming into our high school. But you could see people like. Also, Dave, I don't know if you caught this in our original session. I like to run Halcyon City as like there are a few dozen superheroes as opposed to hundreds, all around
Sure.
the world. There's like 40 or 50. Lots of people have little like shitty powers, but they're not on the level of being, full on superheroes or villains. Like there's a kid at school who can turn his skin invisible, and everyone's like, please stop doing that. Don't do that
He has
again.
a
a
great
big hit in
career
anatomy.
in like medical research coming up.
Yeah, right. Like that's fine, then that may be, but he does it just to be a dickhead sometimes.
Like he waits in like unlocked bathroom stall.
Yeah.
Just so somebody opens it like
Yep.
I would scare so many people with that power. I'm just thinking about it now.
Yep.
It's just like he's working on controlling, so like just parts of his skin turn invisible at
Sure.
a time.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
So you'll
getting
be
better
having a
at it.
conversation, and then just suddenly it's like half his face.
Yep.
Mhm.
every time after the teacher turns on the lights after like an overhead projector
Just
presentation.
raw.
Like
It's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he's not an outcast. Like he has friends, and it's like a weird, gross thing. Like the teenagers love that crap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sylvan's all about it. Sylvan thinks it's great.
Yeah.
especially the first couple of times like a teacher freaked out like whoa,
Yeah,
oh! Like,
yeah,
oh,
that's
yeah.
always
Oh,
good.
on sub day? Yes.
Oh my god! Every time there's a substitute teacher, yes, yeah.
also, I bet you the art students love him because they can look at the muscular structures.
Oh yeah, I think he probably volunteer, like he gets his community service hours by going to the art department and sitting to help with that. Like hey, here's what the inside of an arm looks like, everybody. Yeah, I think that's cool. But anyway, that's the kind of like lots of people have like basically useless abilities that are fine. That's the like hundreds of people have stuff like that. But of actual super powered heroes or villains, it's maybe like 40 or 50, right? That's,
Sure.
and then there are aliens and time travelers and robots and, all of that stuff. And visitors from the Feywild. So,
Aliens, robots, and wizards.
yep. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my god, I laughed so hard at that line. Wait, was that Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. Okay, so, yeah, Eric, you're coming up the, across the parking lot. You're still far enough away where it's like, if you were to hold the door open for someone, it would be awkward, right? You're like, not really close enough to even be saying hello yet. Like, you got out of your car, parked as close as you could, but you've got a little bit of a walk up there. Sort of the Austin Powers steamroller distance. If that's helpful to picture.
Yeah. That like 30-ish feet of like,
and your phone buzzes, and I imagine you have some unique buzzes for some of your contacts. Do you want to tell the viewers some of the aspects of the Reformed playbook?
Absolutely. So one of the kind of key things for the Reform playbook is you still know some people that are on the villain side of the street that may be willing to help you out with stuff occasionally, and at the same time may sometimes call you for help with stuff occasionally. But like getting information on certain topics, that kind of thing. So do you want me to go through the kind of choices I made for that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you pick 3 villains that you still have some contact with. So I have the Carpenter, who is kind of a materials expert. Like, he's very crafty. Like, and not like he owns a Cricut machine, but like he's like he is very handy at all kinds of material stuff, like procurement and all that kind of thing.
As a villain, that's a name you all would know, and he is sort of like Magneto, but with wood. So he's extremely powerful and can manipulate wooden materials all around.
I love that. That's super fun.
That is cool. Does he dress like a bee?
No.
What about an ant? Is he just like an ant?
No, he's just like some musicians from Long Beach.
Oh.
Woof.
Wow.
Deep cuts.
Excuse me.
Oh, we killed him.
What I need to know is, why do birds suddenly appear every time he's near?
That's one of the signs.
Yep. Now, to be clear about the Carpenter, not that this is going to be super important today, but he doesn't like make trees grow or anything. Like, he could shatter a tree and then use all those pieces to like bend and manipulate and make something out of it. He's not like a nature guy. He just can, if it's wooden, if it's made of some kind of wood, he can manipulate it. So
it's pyro rules. He can't create fire, but he can manipulate fire.
Right. Yes. Perfect example. Okay, Dave, what else you got on there?
Then I have a duo, the Joker and the Thief.
Yes.
They totally not like the Joker TM.
Right, and he's real bitter about it because he was Michael Bolton before Michael Bolton was big, right? Like he it's that problem. So yeah. He's an older hero, and then the Joker comic book came out. The Joker isn't a real person in our universe because it's like one of the worst characters ever written. Sorry, I have opinions. You don't have to agree with me on that, but he's real mad because he was a villain before this. So I think DC Comics are the comic books that exist in this world with real superheroes, and so. Yeah, that's he's frequently like, no, I'm not named after that guy. I was first.
And I'm funnier.
Yeah.
What's that actor? Hold on. Now I gotta look it up.
Okay. Also, the Joker and the Thief are they're a partner criminal team, but they're also partners. So their boyfriends. I don't know. That's a weird to say. They're not married, but they are together. So
Partners.
yeah.
It's Matthew Modine.
Yes.
I'm blanking.
He played Private Joker in Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah. Wow, I haven't seen that in ages. Okay.
That guy.
And also, like, in Stranger Things, over more recent times.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the evil government villain.
Oh, right.
guy.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, so the Joker, he's more of a, like, maybe he's got some kind of in with Aegis. Like, he always seems to know what moves they're making before they're making them, and that kind of a thing. And then the Thief is specifically focused on, like, cosmic level artifacts, like things from beyond of immense power and interestingness. And so I sort of made friends with them because who doesn't like a guy that can supply essentially a river of gold?
Yeah. Yeah. But this is I'm enjoying this because this is now like the longest walk up a parking lot of
I
ever.
keep
Like,
taking a step, like, dang it.
right. Like we
Well,
got.
it's like one step flashback, one step flashback.
Yeah, exactly. Like Eric
Yeah,
parks
yeah.
the car, and then we cut to the bluff scene, and then we cut back to Eric getting out of the car, and we cut to his arrest, and it's just like this jump cut back and forth.
The whole game is this parking lot.
Yeah. I mean, don't dare me. I'll do it. But as you're walking up, Eric, your phone buzzes in the kind of the. I imagine you have like custom ringtones. I imagine you have some custom vibes for your various contacts, and you're pretty sure the Joker buzz just went off on your phone. So
Like
the
an actual
Joker
phone call or
texted
like
you.
a text? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would, like, nobody's near me, right? Like, everybody's kind of standing back by the buildings watching me approach.
Well, I mean, Principal Canada and Noir are on the steps to the building waiting for you to come up, and there are lots of teens like kind of
Peeking out
peeking at
windows
what's
and-
happening, but they're not close enough to like read your phone or anything.
Okay. Well, then I would totally glance at it.
Sure,
Like,
that's a normal thing.
yeah.
A teen looking at his phone. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And it says, call as soon as you can. And you know that would mean like you need to be in a private place to have a conversation that
Sure.
might be complicated. But
I'm just gonna be like, okay, let me walk up and say, "Good morning, principal. I'm great to be at school. So, what kind of evil is going on today?"
yeah. I think the message says, I have an opportunity for you. Call me as soon as you can. That's probably what
Okay.
it is. Yeah.
All right. Well, then I would sort of, clear the notification and resume my walk. See how far I get now
Okay.
towards the steps.
All right, you are meeting the Principal Canada says, Mr. Alders, welcome. We're happy to have you here at, somebody said PS 238. I don't know what that's a reference to, but we could have that be Public School 238. And that'll be the name of our school, unless somebody wants something else for a school name.
Nope, works for me.
Okay.
The public school numbering thing confuses me, but because it was not a thing where I grew up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
mainly like
neither.
a Northeast, East Coast kind of thing, but I don't know.
Yeah. But that's fine.
Pooja, did they have it in Louisiana?
Our schools had names.
Yeah, same. In the Pacific Northwest, we had names for schools,
Yep.
but
It's mainly a New York City thing.
yeah.
I know about it because of Hey Arnold.
Right? PS 119.
Yeah. I know about it because of Die Hard 3.
I had
Yeah.
Oh, say so. PS 238 is a comic book series about the first public school for meta prodigies.
Okay,
Oh,
That's cool.
cool. We'll just use that as a reference. Somebody in chat mentioned it, so I was like, why not? It's also like uranium, right? Is it?
Yeah, that's the first thing I
Unobtainium?
thought.
Yeah, so it's like a nuclear high school. That's cute. I like that.
Mm.
I like the reference. Uh, so Noir, Principal Canada makes his introduction and then turns and says, "This is what? Do you go by Noir at school, or do you?"
No, I go by Natalia.
Okay,
I'm
but
still-
everyone knows that Natalia is Noir, and that's not a secret. Okay, so he says, Natalia, this is Eric. Eric, this is Natalia. Natalia's going to be showing you around school. You're going to just shadow her classes today, and then we'll get you signed up to your own schedule officially next week. But welcome to PS238. We're happy to have you here.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here. It's
Natalia
a
puts
little
her hand out to
less
shake your hand.
rigid. Good morning. Yes. Thank you for volunteering your time, or voluntolding your time, as the case may be. Probably. Yeah. I certainly hope this will be very normal. Like this is kind of exciting.
We have a guy with invisible skin. It's not gonna be normal, but it should be
Oh.
fun.
Okay. Like always now like I think he goes through all the questions like, is it always invisible? Like
No. He does it sometimes. He's getting a lot better control of it now. It used to be
okay.
random.
Okay. Oh, all right. I like it. I think when I put up my hand to shake, you notice that I am wearing like a series of gaudy rings all down the fingers.
Just ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, just
any like gold chain? Not a necklace guy.
No, I don't think so.
Probably an anklet guy.
A tennis bracelet.
I was gonna say, I think it's like the big chunky.
Oh, sure.
I think he's got a big chunky gold watch on, and then the other hand, he's got like the big. You know, they always like make men's bracelets.
Yeah,
but they make them like
manly bracelet.
They make them so huge that you're like, I couldn't wear this because I couldn't even rest my hand. That kind of a thing. But yeah.
Okay.
So I'm pretty.
So when Blythe, are you okay?
Yes, my mom's bringing me something that looks amazing.
Ooh,
Holy
awesome.
cow, I want this.
Is it food?
No, dogs. This is chocolate.
No dogs. Okay, so Principal Canada turns as another Principal Canada is coming around the corner, and they sort of grab forearms and merge back into being one person, and he says, "Okay, have a good day."
Oh.
And
Is that a giant eclair?
Yes.
Oh,
that's
awesome.
Epic.
I'm very happy.
I'm
I was like, oh no,
staring.
don't come upstairs. And then my mom was like, and I'm like, yes.
You've made a good choice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We support you.
Okay. So, Principal Canada is off. Noir, it's just you and Eric and the like 40 kids who are staring around corners and stuff. But what
I'd probably like give them a wave, like,
yeah.
Hi, I see you.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. About half of them are like, whoop, and then the other half are like, hi.
Don't mind them too much. It's not. We are a superpowered school with superpowered kids, but incidents like this are unusual. So just don't mind them. They're just looking for something fun. It's still high school. She kind of like is showing you down the hall.
Honestly, I'm kind of excited about that. Like, this beats before.
Fair. Fair. I know something a little bit about supervillains. And she kind of just smiles and then like, so this is where our first class will be, over here. We don't have to go there yet. It's still homeroom time, and principal's pretty nice to me about just letting me show you around for now. So like she's just kind of like going through and she's like, this is where the cafeteria is. The food is terrible, but if you can't bring your own lunch, it works. Showing you like where the gym and like the swimming pool is, because I imagine this school has a swimming pool.
Sure.
There's
Yeah.
probably aquatic people here.
How else are you going to practice waterbending?
Exactly. So yeah, so she's like, that's where the gym is, that's where the pool, and you know, if you're into water sports, you control metal, so maybe not. We do have a wood shop. We do have a workshop with wood and metalworking. That's probably where there's tons of classes in that, so I recommend taking that.
Yeah,
she's
that
kind
might
of like
be fun.
trying to give you the whole lay of the land of
I think Eric is aggressively trying to be agreeable about all of it, but he's like, this is a lot. It's just, like, he's like, oh, how nice. That's very nice. Yeah, very. But like internally, he's like, I'm not going to remember any of this. Like, I just hope I can find a bathroom later.
Yeah.
Like, that's.
As you're thinking that, she turns to you and pulls out. She's like, and here are several printouts of the school.
Oh, fantastic.
Also,
and she gives you like 3. She's like, in case you lose one, you know, in case you lose one. Here's
all
like
right.
4.
So we have a fun montage, and then we get ready to actually start first period. And one of the famous things about PS238 is that it has a protective force field, and when the first bell rings, the force field goes up, and it's this like sort of translucent blue dome that comes over the school. And anybody can leave. It's like a one-way barrier, right? It's just if you come in, and if you come in late, everyone knows, because you have to call the office, like, I'm at the barrier, and then they have to turn it off and let you in, and then they put the barrier back up, and then you have to go to the office. Like,
super bad.
You cannot sneak into school late, right? It's just, one, the protection of the kids here is super important, because there's like any number of villains would want to come here and cause problems. Yeah, that's the main thing right there, is that they want to protect the school. So, and also you just can't sneak in late. So the bell rings, the force field goes up, and otherwise we just start sort of montaging our way through the first day of school. Let's skip ahead to lunch, unless we need to highlight anything before that.
Anything you want to happen in it. So Noir is 100% taking like every IB AP class possible. So you are like, I didn't know someone could take this many classes in a day, as you're shadowing her. She's very serious about repairing her rep.
Sorry, very serious about what? I didn't catch that.
Oh, repairing her rep. So like she's taking every. So yeah, as you're going through, she's taking like a ton of classes that should not fit into one person's schedule.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I think Eric is like very excited to be pulling out like new school supplies. Like that like kid that shows up with like the pencil box that's like fully stocked, and like the brand new nice notebooks and colored tabs inside and everything, and already, and I don't think he knows how to actually use any of it for the intended purposes of like, I mean, he knows how to use a pencil, that's not what I mean, but like for organizational purposes, like the tabs, he's like, well, I don't know, just put it in there. Like everything gets shoved in the plastic little bit in the front.
Yep.
Like
that's totally how that works. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm guilty.
Yeah, I'm also guilty of this. So
that's what it's there for.
Look how organized I am. Everything's in one spot, so I can't lose it.
Noir is very much wish fulfillment here. I'm like, all organized and straight A student who never messes anything up.
I feel like Noir has a really big following on Studygram.
On what?
On
Studygram.
Studygram? What's that?
Where you post notes and stuff.
For Instagram, it's like a big thing about how to study, most
Mhm.
aesthetic studying, like best methods, and how to make them all look very pretty.
Oh, cool. All right,
Yep.
I'll have to check that out.
It's a very helpful thing from people who know what they're doing.
Mhm.
But yeah, so yeah, like she kind of looks over and is like, okay, yeah. She has, because she has all of her she has the same kind of stuff. Like she has like a pencil bag and like very highlighted and organized binders and tabs. Everything is tabbed and like she's like, impressive. Did not expect you to be this prepared on the first day. So
Yeah, I think like I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm prepared.
Yep.
I know what's happening in this AP class. I don't
Well, the
don't
one
have
advantage, Eric,
even a vague clue.
is that you've done senior year before, so it's
Yeah, I don't think it was ever like well done,
no,
right?
no,
Because it was like why do I need to,
yeah.
what am I gonna get a job? No, like have to work or something? Yeah.
Okay. And Eric, at what point are you gonna be able to call the Joker back?
Well, I think if there's like a break, there's usually like a break in the morning,
Uh-huh.
like 15 minutes or something between classes. Like I would maybe go find like an empty classroom, like after the teacher has left or whatever, and
Sure.
and call back.
I mean, Noir is not letting you out of her sight unless you go to the
Oh,
bathroom.
okay. Well, that's a different complication. Okay, sure.
You like knock her out and then get.
Noir
I'm
is
like,
basically
oh,
like,
I left something in that classroom. Hang on one second. Pow! Like,
she's basically like, I have been tasked to keep an eye on you for a number of reasons, so she's not messing that up. But if you have to go to the bathroom or something, she's gonna obviously let you do that privately.
Yeah, I mean, you could find a single-use bathroom that's not the stalls, or you have to look under all the stalls before you.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if that's an option or something, then
Yeah.
yes, I would totally go do that.
Okay. So yeah, you're trying to have this quiet conversation.
I'd go in, like turn on the sink.
Yeah.
Make the call. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the Joker picks up right away and says, okay, there's not much time left because the bullet is about to appear under the school, and we just need you to get them to take the shield down. A lot of people don't know it's actually a sphere, so it goes all the way around. So if you can get them to take it down, then the bullet can get in and look. He's not there for any of the kids, right? It's just the power system that they're using. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm listening. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. No, I didn't want to interrupt. That's fine. The power system they're using seems like it's operating on some sort of cosmic battery that the thief wants to take a look at. But it's going to be really hard if the bullet can't get in. And so, for reference, the bullet is like a, for lack of a better term, like an earthbender, but can move through earth like water. That's his primary ability. It's not like he could throw boulders at people or stuff like that. He just can move through earth, concrete, not steel, right? But any kind of, like if he can get between the rebar in the concrete, then he can keep going through whatever that material is. He could move through solid rock. He just can't. He's not like an actual earthbender where he's, throwing stuff around. But he's a low-level villain who you're familiar with. Not considered to be overly violent. He's not some psychopath. But he's a pretty good thief. So.
Okay. Well, on my first day, really? Come on. Like,
Look-
okay, yeah, we let a ex-villain come to our school, and on the first day, like, it gets attacked by other villains and stuff stolen. Like,
Look, I don't know what to tell you. That we had another plan to get it down, and that fell apart. And you're there, and Bullet's already on the way, and I can't call him because he's underground.
yeah, bad signal. I get it. So, okay, I have an idea. What's the timeline? Like,
Well, anytime in the next couple hours.
okay,
He knows he has to wait, right? And he's about to get there. So anytime between now and like 3 o'clock.
okay, because I think I could get the shield down for like a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I mean he'll
should
be
be enough.
waiting. If it goes down, he'll be ready to move within.
Okay, and nobody gets hurt.
He's not there for anyone at the school. He's just, I mean, the power's going to go out, but yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. That's not a big deal. Okay. You'll owe me one for this.
Yeah, obviously. Standard,
Okay.
rates. We'll make sure you're compensated.
Okay. I got it. And then, I'll fake flush and
Yep.
come out like little water splashed on the face. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, okay. Sorry. We can go on to the next class or whatever's happening.
So I am gonna say I think this is Eric, I think because you were expressing the like, come on, it's my first day, are you serious? I think I'm gonna ask Noir to possibly what is it, like read a person? No, that's not what it's called in this.
Pierce the mask?
Oh yeah, pierce the mask. And it's not like something is wrong, but I just kind of want to do a custom use of that to see if you do pick up on anything.
That's totally fair.
But there are so many things it could be, like stressed out about his first day at school, like all of that stuff. So it'd be pretty difficult.
Okay. Where are you? Pierce the mask. What do I roll for that? Sorry, I'm
Mundane.
mundane.
Yeah.
Something I'm bad at. No, I'm not. Roll. Ooh. That's an 11.
Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to take what are you really planning off the list? Because you wouldn't have any reason to assume like he just planned something, but he does come out of there and he looks stressed, and maybe you want to like have a conversation or try to comfort, or you're like, I don't know what your instinct would be, but I don't think we should jump straight to you're about to crime. So what do you want to ask from that list?
Hold on, let me find the list. Sorry, I only have the playbooks. I don't have the move sheet.
Oh, sure, the basic moves. I can drop the basic moves to our Zoom chat if that's helpful.
That would be helpful. This. I don't know why.
Oh my gosh, I totally missed the school mascot conversation happening in Zoom chat.
Yeah. But I am on board for all of that. Let's do a big old googly-eyed, gritty duck.
Sure.
I like it. I'm on board.
Like a green furred mallard head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I just
Is
dropped
that
the
into
basic
the
moves to everybody in the Zoom chat. Also, just in case everyone's wondering, in about 15 minutes, we'll probably take a quick little break. If you're sort of hanging on for.
Okay. So, because I feel like the reason she's even checking is because the water was running for a really long time, and to her, she's like, that's a waste of water. That's weird.
Sure.
And like, did you flush the toilet or anything?
Yeah.
Did you do anything that made it sound normal?
Yeah, he said he did the fake flush.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, So she's kind of just like, why were you running the water that long? So I guess how could I get your character to tell me why, like why
what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
Okay.
It just seems a little suspicious.
Without making it sound quite so much like you had your ear pressed to the bathroom to find out if he was peeing or pooping.
I mean, she was standing
I have a shy
next
bladder.
door
Okay.
the whole time.
She just wants to know who number 2 works for.
She's just like, no one. She's more like annoyed you let the water run that long. She's like, why would you? That's a waste of water. You are killing the environment, sir. Once a villain, always a villain. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Runs water.
Oh, that's good.
Oh man. I think the best way would just kind of be to kind of continue, like, if we just continue having this dialogue about, like, oh yeah, I know plenty of people that have done shady things, and like it's not like people are beyond redemption, or like everybody needs it, like talking like that, and not like some kind of a corrections officer that I've been dealing with for a long time would go a long ways to me being like, oh, okay, well, you're cool, like.
Okay, so yeah, when you get out, she's kind of like, so what made you change your mind about working for villains or Lord Cannon? God, he should change his name.
Well, it's the whole, he's got that shoulder thing.
Lord Cannon decides who's official and who isn't.
Yes. He writes history. History always remembers that he is the winner.
That's actually a really cool villain idea. Anyways, but yeah, so she's just gonna
like. I kind of got involved with that stuff because I found out I had these powers, and it seemed like a way that I was going to be able to actually use my powers, right? Like it was fun, right? Like I was 14 and I started to be able to make metal do stuff, and like I hold out my hand and you see the rings like all kind of do a little flow dance around my hand, and it's fun to do, right? And this super cool guy shows up and says, hey, if you help me do some stuff, I'll give you all the gold you want to play around with. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. That sounds awesome. And I got to help make cool robots and all that stuff. And then when we actually got into a whole big fight, he just left. He didn't bother to take me along when it was time to go. And I realized, like, oh, well, here's this perfectly super person on the other side that was able to use his powers and not necessarily hurt people. And I didn't want to do that anymore. It was kind of easy to not think about what happened with robots I helped make after they left. Right? Like, oh yeah, okay, cool. I get to play around with all this metal and it's super fun and neat. And look, I made this cool robot. Awesome. And then the robot leaves and goes off and does who knows what and hurts who knows who. But I didn't really think about that. And then when I kind of saw what was actually happening, I don't want to hurt people. Like, that's not cool.
Wish it was that easy for everyone. She kind of smiles and is like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, her parents are famously being held at the ARC, the Aegis
Yeah.
Rehabilitation Center. So that's
You would probably know them.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure I've heard the story anyway.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, I wish it was that easy for everyone to just, realize, hey, hurting people's bad. Maybe we shouldn't do that.
It's kind of embarrassing how long it took me to get there.
Well, you were just a kid.
Yeah.
It's not like you knew any better.
I'm going to cut briefly. Let's remember, Noir, you still have 2, I think, questions that you get to ask. So we'll come back to this in a second. I think this is the passing period leading up to lunch, before we've all met up. Okay. Sylvan and Zumac, what are you 2 up to in this moment?
Well, Sylvan, I think, has looked at his schedule and realized that this looks boring and dumb, and would love to try to convince the guidance counselor that really all he needs is electives.
Oh, is he officially enrolled this year? Because last year you just told the teachers that you belonged there.
Oh, that's right. I think this year I think the jig is up.
Okay, yeah.
But he's still gonna try to yeah, but when I got to go to the classes I wanted to go to, that was awesome. I don't want to have to take English. English is dumb, which hurts my heart to say because I love English class. But math is for mortals.
Yep.
Hashtag my new hashtag.
Okay.
So yeah, he's gonna try to convince them that I don't need to take these things. I should just independent study my way through electives, and it's gonna be great.
Okay. And Zumac?
I think Zumac may have decided that she went to all of her first 2 morning classes and then convinced her next teacher that she had some really urgent business in the greenhouse.
Oh, okay.
And she has been hiding out there for the last half hour.
Okay.
Before she works her way up to seeing people and interacting socially at lunch.
Okay, so she's having some social anxiety. Yeah.
Just a little. It was fine for a little while, and then she was and then there was a little flailing. She was ran away. But she's almost back to cool. I can do this.
Okay.
I can talk to people. I cannot make giant heart eyes at Noir while we're at school.
Yep.
That's fine.
Well, yeah, at school, you and Sylvan can be, holding hands or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's
he's
doable.
Very popular.
Very true.
And that scares her.
I think that's where the jig was up. I think he appeared one too many times in the yearbook.
Yeah.
And the teacher was like, huh? No. And so, yeah, they caught him.
Okay, so Sylvan, you're just between classes then, like everyone else, while Sumac's hiding in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Sylvan, you're making your way downtown. No, just going through the halls, and it's like somebody just banged a giant gong, and you hear it, this is not literally happening because you're like, what the, and nobody else turned, right? So and it sounds and feels like a deal has been struck. And it's not like you hear when every time 2 people make an agreement of some kind, but I think if a deal is struck that has sort of cosmic importance, it can ripple. The Fae are deal makers, right?
Oh yeah.
And they are super tuned into that, and it's you just know a deal has been struck and it was nearby. So however you want to explore that is up to you, or maybe it's got nothing to do with you, but it was a big deal. It may be completely benign, but it's an important deal.
And it definitely came like within the barrier of the school. Like that's kind of what I'm feeling.
Yeah, well, it came nearby. Yeah, it feels near enough that it couldn't have been outside the barrier. The barrier wouldn't have stopped this feeling, right? If it came from outside the barrier, it would have just... This is like a whole interdimensional channel that you can hear, right?
My main concern was I wanted to make sure, like, if it's dealing with a student, that is scary and problematic because they could let in all hosts of God knows what.
Sure. It could be a teacher, it could be a student, it could be an administrator, a janitor, the cat.
And also, he doesn't want to attract the attention of the Fae necessarily because he needs to make them think he's still working on the mission that he forgot about. So I think he's gonna stop in his tracks for a minute, try to suss out the direction of the deal, and maybe, I don't know if this is an abuse of the power, but some kind of sorcery to try to divine the nature of the deal.
Yeah, I want to roll assess the situation.
Yeah, let's do that. I love that.
Plus superior.
Plus superior. Oh, I should probably have dice out. I've been playing so many online games that have automatic dice rollers. I forgot what the actual physical dice look like. Here we go. Okay. Okay, that's a 9 on the dice, and it was plus superior, you say?
Yep.
My superior is... Oh, that's a 2. So that's an 11.
Okay. So you get, I think, 3 questions.
Yes.
2. Questions 2.
Okay. All right. What here is the biggest threat?
Okay, so yeah, you can sense that the bargain that was struck is Did you say what here is the biggest threat?
Yeah, what here is the biggest threat?
Okay. I'd say there is there's a source of power below the school, under the school, not like a mile down, like in the basement or something, right? It's
I mean, it could also be more abstract, like you can be like what aspect of the deal is the biggest threat,
right? I just think the biggest threat is however this deal relates to whatever this like power source is significant.
Okay. What here is in the greatest danger?
That thought causes you to pass out for a minute.
That's fine. Yeah.
And you like just miss your step, and then you come to just a second later, and like 3 kids are like, "Whoa, buddy, are you okay?" Like, you kind of dipped for a second. And the problem with asking that question is all like 2,300 students and 200 faculty and like everybody is in great danger. And that was just not what you were expecting, right? It was like this multiplicative awareness that just went whoom. So
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. First stage jitters, I guess. It's all fine. I should
it's
go.
Left you a little nauseous, probably dizzy, but you're within your faculties.
Yeah, I should probably just go to the nurse's office and get checked. I'm good. You know me. I'm good. We're good.
Do you
We're
want
totally
help
good.
going to the nurse's office?
Please, I know where I'm going.
Okay.
It's all good. I'm not. Yeah, good. It's all good. Fine here now. Bye.
We're all good here.
And then they end up walking the same direction as you for like half a corridor.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna shoot a text to Noir and Zumac. And you're like, danger, danger, 911, big bad, big bada boom, big bada boom. Because he can't function at the moment and put things into actual words.
Okay. Cool. I think that
It's
is
just a series of Fifth Element gifts.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that is the perfect spot to take our little break. So we will be back in just a moment. I'll put our little like 4-minute timer up just so we have a sense. And we will be back in just a moment. Thanks, everyone. hello. Oh my God. Hello.
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 My little.
Milo.
No, I had it open on my phone so I could do chat while I was in the kitchen, and that was funny. I didn't realize the sound was on because it wasn't making any sound. Hi, we're back. We're halfway through our episode here of being back in high school with our superhero characters. Welcome. If everyone has questions, we're just kind of getting everyone back on track here. So, chat, are there any questions you have for us? How are you doing? Are you okay?
Superhero questions, because
Yeah.
that's like where my brain is at.
Chatty, are you okay? Are you
Chatty,
okay?
are you
Are you
okay?
okay, Chatty?
Are you okay, Chatty? Cheers.
I'm like, my hyperfixation's obviously still Star Wars, because Star Wars doesn't die, and now superheroes. So I guess if you have questions about superheroes,
Yep.
this is all my brain is on right now.
Well, let's jump back since Sylvan's kind of by himself right now anyway, dealing with this. What was your first move on, sort of coming back to your senses?
It was faking like I'm heading to the nurse's office while texting the group that something bad is gonna happen. Someone's doing them nefarious deals, and
Okay.
we need to jump into action because this is bad.
Oh, we do have a question from the chat. Dork Lord Kanata.
Oh, it's
No.
La Cañada. Yeah.
Now, what's a role-playing game? Would anyone like to take that one, or
It's a game where you play roles.
it's sitting around a table playing pretend with your friends?
Yep.
Mhm.
But like sometimes there's dice and paper involved. Sometimes there's minis. Lots of things. It's very fun.
I literally try and turn every game I play into a role-playing game.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah.
if you
All
ever,
games
And-
aren't role playing games?
Yeah. Like, if you're not role playing while you're playing Twilight Imperium, what are you doing with your life?
if you're ever playing a hidden identity game, one of my favorite things to do is everyone has to play a character instead of playing themselves. I find that it leads to
Oh.
less weird infighting about why you trust some people more than others.
yeah, I
It's very
really
fun.
struggle with the hidden identity games. Sorry about your cameras, gang. When we came back, I didn't want you to, you wouldn't have known that we were back live, and so I wanted to turn your camera off for you. I didn't know that it locked it. You're like,
Yeah.
aha, you're out.
I was like, I'm trying to click. I'm back. I'm here.
But anyway, so we're back now. Sylvan has just texted Zumac and Noir that there's some sort of, big danger, 911. Let's, we need to do something about this. So what do you two do?
Gonna text back. It's like, where are you? We'll meet up.
Nurse emoji?
Except, did you write out nurse emoji?
Well, yeah, I couldn't find it, so I just asterisk nurse emoji here, asterisk.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Deep breath. Head over there.
All right.
On my way.
Noir, how are you going to handle this? Because you've got your shadow for the day.
I'm gonna finish the conversation with my shadow before I check the text.
Okay, so let's go back to that.
Yeah. So I haven't checked my text yet because I'm still kind of trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, you just hear.
So-
Do you have pockets or a purse or what's your?
Yeah, I have a backpack.
Okay, so yeah, you just hear in the bag. You just hear voo, 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 and yeah, phone's blowing up. But that's okay.
But I'm also trying not to be rude to my shadow for the day.
Yep.
And so I'm going to ask, what do you want me to do?
Oh, What an interesting question in this situation.
Stay up here for a little. Maybe you want me to find
I
out.
think that, like, honestly, Eric probably wants to talk to you about your experience with, like, family being supervillains and all that stuff, but he's kind of on the same page as, like, those kids that were peeking out the windows at him earlier. He's like, yeah, of course I know who you are, but I've been trying to play it super cool. And I don't want to be like all like, oh my gosh, like you're kind of like me because you're trying to do the right thing and you've got people that tell you shouldn't, and like, but like he doesn't want to be that guy that's just like, oh look, I have vomited all my feelings at you and it's really super awkward now.
Okay.
So like I think like he starts to open up with like a little bit of questions about like, so like you kind of went through something sort of like me, but you didn't take years to make a better decision. So yeah.
Well, first of all, you should not compare yourself to me. I had the benefit of my parents raising me as hero for a long time before anything went down. So I was kind of given a good sense of how my powers worked. I had free reign to do what I wanted with my powers. You clearly didn't. I don't She kind of like softens and looks at him and is like, it's understandable why a 14-year-old kid who just discovered they got superpowers would want to work with someone who's promising them something that they don't know any better. That if I turned out to be evil and went along with my parents, I would just be a bad person. But like you, I get that. I can get why you did what you did. But you have a second chance. And if anyone knows anything about giving second chances, it's me, and that's kind of why principal part of that, and part of the fact that I kind of run this school, but that's not important right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, kind of makes sense. Yeah, well, thank you.
Don't compare yourself to other people, especially ones with weird superpowered backstories of parents. Yeah. When your parents are rich and legacy superheroes, and it's a little, there's privileges I got that you didn't, and that's
Yeah, I guess it's hard to try and be normal, right? Like you guys do this every day. Like this is okay. I yeah. It's gonna take some getting used to. Being around a bunch of people and yeah,
well,
not just walking around doing whatever you want. Like other people telling you where to go and what to do is a thing.
only in the school. Outside,
Yeah.
there are things you can still do. Just, I hope you choose not to do the villain things.
Yeah.
I have a team if you want to meet them, like not in school, no, but outside of school if you ever want to meet my team. Maybe you could help us out. I'm sure we could use
That'd be cool.
more skills.
Yeah, I'd love that. That'd be great. It would be nice to know some people.
Well, first, let's get lunch, and you can meet some normal people at the school, and then after school, maybe I can introduce you to the team. But not the secret hideout just yet.
Oh, I get that. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, I mean, That would be awkward.
Yeah,
and
secret
weird.
hideouts are a big deal.
Secret
Yeah.
hideouts are a big deal. But and then she's kind of like, oh, okay, just give me a sec. My phone keeps going off.
Okay, so that's about enough time for Sumac to get to where Sylvan is, because you went right away. What is this conversation that you're having? Given that you're in the nurse's office, I guess?
Yeah, and I've convinced the nurse that I don't feel good.
Yep. Yeah, you get a place to lay down. You know, it's kind of like a big room with a few beds and cabinets with basic, you know, like Advil and you know, just like the normal school stuff you would have there. Probably like what's that?
I was just thinking, whenever somebody says nurse's office, like the picture in my mind is immediately like the anime shoujo manga nurse's office, where like in the back there's like
it's like a full medical suite.
yes, but there's also like beds with like curtains that come around.
Oh, yeah.
So you get this whole like privacy thing that absolutely does not really exist.
Yeah, I think we're not gonna have that. But otherwise, it's pretty high tech. They do, again, there are fire extinguishers everywhere in this place. Like, it's, you know, been an issue. There are lots of things that could cause fires or just be benefit from being hit in the face with a fire extinguisher. Like, that's, you know, hellhounds, whatever it is, that just spray them in the face with foam. They're going to get the idea. So, psh, psh, no.
Bad peppers.
So yeah, you two have the opportunity to speak alone.
I think I'm gonna rush in and just be like, "Are you okay? Like, did somebody attack you? Are you hurt? Are you okay?"
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Sorry. Okay, so it's an emergency, but not like an emergency. But not to think that it's not an emergency. Let's start again. So, I don't know how to impart to you the importance of what I'm about to say, but a deal has been struck.
Are your parents coming?
Oh God, no. Oh God. No, I don't think so.
What was your question?
Are your parents coming?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Usually my dad tries to avoid this kind of thing, like it's paperwork, and that's partially why he kind of sent me down here. But when a deal this big is struck and can have this kind of ramification, it does tend to catch the attention of some of my people. So I think it's better if we just handle it, honestly, because why we don't want them here. They're just gonna cause a whole mess of trouble, and I don't. Anyway, so something is at the school, an immense power source, and the deal is somehow involving that. And if this deal goes through, if this deal reaches its conclusion, it could be cataclysmic to everyone involved. And I just thought maybe that was enough to register an emergency. And I'm going to stop babbling now because I don't know what else to say.
That's a huge emergency.
I thought so too.
Do we evacuate everyone? I mean, like, where's the power source?
I don't know for sure, but it feels like it's beneath us. Like, I don't know if there's like a special magical boiler or something. I don't know.
I mean, I've seen Stranger Things.
Oh, so have I. The 13th was really good.
I'm a little behind. We should catch up.
Yeah.
But in any case, maybe like evacuate and go down there.
Yeah, but I mean, the shield is up. Like, do we tell the principal about this? Like,
well, then we would kind of have to explain like what it is, and
yeah, I don't really even know if I could explain that well. I mean, I saw the look on your face when I said a deal has been struck.
Sorry.
No, it's weird. I know it's weird. It's just it's a thing, and we aren't really supposed to get involved when a deal has been struck. Like it's
Oh, then we definitely can't tell the principal.
that
Because
was
then,
my thought.
yeah.
Like it gets complicated. Like we can be an outside force, but it's kind of like doing insider trading, which is weird and illegal.
Yeah, that's very illegal.
I love the idea of a
let me-
teenager who understands what insider trading is.
We had an economics class. It was last semester.
Yeah, but Sylvan didn't take
No,
that.
he did not. He read about it. It's fine. He's a Martha Stewart stan, so he read up on it.
We all stand Martha Stewart. I'm okay. I need to go change then. But it's cool because like my professors all think I'm in the garden. So
How's the garden doing, by the way? I didn't get a chance to look at it yet.
I mean, I don't know who was taking care of it over the summer, but they were real bad at it. But it's better now. I'll go back and talk to them later.
Good, 'cause I mean, because that's like your place. Like you should, yeah. Like I don't know why you're just not in charge of the garden.
Thanks. Y'all should come back. I'll bring you both back when it's feeling better. But yeah, I'm gonna go change, and then we'll go find the magical boiler.
Okay, I like this plan. Where is Noir?
You know what? She said that like the principal gave her a thing to do, and I think it had to do with like she had to lead.
So
the
I think
kid around.
this is probably about the time Noir's getting her phone out. What are you doing with it?
I'm just like, hold on, let me check the text. So she finally opens and sees that she has messages, and is like scrolling through, and is like, Jesus, dating two people gets a lot of text. What is happening? And it's just trying to piece together what is happening in the text.
It's a lot of Fifth Element memes and
Yep.
emojis and asterisks or emojis should be when they don't exist.
And she's laughing at the Fifth Element memes, but trying to figure out because she feels like there's something more important happening.
Yeah. So I think the last one was nurse emoji.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the most recent thing to have come through.
Yeah, and then on my OMW
Okay. So
or whatever the equivalent is of like actual teenagers use now.
Yep. No, I've seen that. Or BRT.
Mm-hmm.
She finds a Fifth Element meme, sends it, and then is like, nurse's office, question mark?
Oh, she responded. Duh.
Okay, and then is like, okay, so this is a great time. You're gonna meet my friends, and I'm gonna show you where the nurse's office is.
Are you okay? Like,
My she almost slips and says boyfriend. My friend is at the nurse's office. I think he's okay. I just want to go make sure. But
well, I mean, I can just meet you at the cafeteria. You gave me the map. I can just meet you guys over there for lunch.
No, it's okay. You should just come. I don't feel bad leaving you alone, and I did promise the principal to stay with you all day.
Well, I mean, like, there's stay with me all day, and then like, oh look, one of my friends might be hurt. Like, it's totally fine. I'm okay. I'm it's a school. What's gonna happen here?
I'm gonna intervene here. Eric, do you want her to leave you alone?
I would prefer it.
Yeah.
But I'll go along if it's like impossible to shake.
Right. Well, what I want to do is have you roll provoke someone.
Sure.
To convince her to do this thing that she's disinclined to acquiesce to your suggestion.
Yeah, I am. Is there something I should roll back?
No, it's just his role. You always get to decide how to respond to it, but there's
So I got a 9.
Okay. And your argument is basically like, it's fine, I'll meet you in the cafeteria.
Yeah, like
so
totally. Like take care of your friend. Yeah.
when you're rolling against a fellow PC, on a 7 and 9, choose one. And so you get to choose the carrot, right? So if she goes along with your plan, they could add a team to the pool. Or if she doesn't go along with the plan, she has to mark a condition. But you choose which, like, she doesn't get to pick from both of those. You pick the carrot or the stick. And then she could decide if she goes along with it or not.
Well, I think it's more of a like positive kind of interaction.
Okay.
Right? Like he's definitely like, no, totally. Like, go take care of your friend. I'll just go get lunch. Like, I didn't bring a lunch. I didn't think about that. So I guess I'm gonna have gruel today. So I'm gonna have to wait in line anyway.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
I'll just go meet you over there.
So the result there, Blythe, is if your character like genuinely goes like, yeah, that makes sense. Like if she buys into that, then we will add a team to the pool. But you can say, no, my character doesn't buy it. And like, maybe you leave him anyway. But like, if you don't buy into it, we don't add a team to the pool, but it's your choice how you react to that interaction.
So she doesn't, it's not that she doesn't buy it. She buys that he would just go get lunch. She also is doing this at the request of the principal.
Mm-hmm.
So she is a little bit like, I don't know. It's really not you. It's really that I have been asked to do this by the principal, who, if you didn't notice, can multiply.
Sure. Yep. Although I will say,
Yeah.
with his role, it does give you that out, right? You have a successful, like a totally legitimate reason to go like, yeah, it's fine. I'll meet you in the cafeteria, because his argument was convincing. But like I said, you get to decide how you want to handle that.
So Noir is if our principal couldn't multiply and be in many places at once, I might be more inclined to let you do that.
Oh.
But
yeah,
I was asked directly by him to do this favor, and I don't want to let him down.
I get it. No worries. Okay, we'll go. It's no problem.
Okay.
She's just like, thank you, and goes like, kind of reaches out like a hug, like, like, because it really is. She's like, it's really not you. It's really that I'm doing this.
Cool.
As a responsibility.
I will take any opportunity to hug people.
All right.
Yep. So she gives you a hug.
Okay. So
and then,
you both head to the nurse's office. We will not add a team to the pool, and that's fine. Okay. So let's skip ahead to all of us at the nurse's office. And the nurse. Well, let's see. Let's say the nurse has like noticed that Sylvan is fine at this point. It's like, okay, you gotta like, come on, it's time to go.
No, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering. I would like to use "Are you watching closely" on the nurse.
Okay, how does that work?
When you mislead, distract, or trick someone, roll superior.
Okay.
On a hit, they are fooled, at least for the moment. On etc. etc.
All right, I like that. Welcome, Eli, in the chat. Always nice to have you here. Thank you for coming. And I also miss hugs, Pooja, you monster.
Right.
I was not the one who said I would take any opportunity to hug.
That's a 9 on the dice, plus 2 for superior is 11.
Okay. And
so on a hit, they are fooled. On a 10 plus, I can choose 3 of the options below. I'm going to confuse them for some time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to avoid further entanglement. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm going to get an opportunity.
Okay, so here it is. It's the first day of school. No one else is at the nurse's office. And she goes, well, yeah, that makes sense. I'll just leave you here alone with your friends. And like walks out into the hallway and looks at her phone. So you now have the nurse's office all to yourself. The 4 of you are in there. a totally private scenario to have a conversation.
I was gonna say, like, when we get to the nurse's office, I would totally be like, I'll just
wait out here.
Like, yeah, like, I don't want to, like, that's medically private.
Sure.
I was wondering if, like, while this convincing and, like, back and forth between Noir and the alchemist was happening, I could, like, change into my Zumac clothes.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my gosh, the paw on face is so good. If you're not watching, you should tune into what's happening with Pooja right now. Just to reach up at the paw and the chin.
It's so adorable.
You hear that? My friends think you're adorable. She's like, yes, of course. This is only my due.
Is she like making face biscuits? What? Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's so funny.
I just like the she's face.
Making face biscuits. Like,
her favorite thing to do is knead my face.
That's great.
That is 100% a saying that I want to have more of.
Making face biscuits.
So yeah, you have the opportunity to change into your Zumac uniform. So you'll be Zumac instead of what's the character's name again?
Shafali.
Shafali. When Noir gets there, and Sylvan, are you Sylvan or are you Avery?
I'm still Avery. I will change to Sylvan, which is just basically what the mortal realm thinks Fae look like, based on like Peter Pan and D&D kind of rolled into one. Like, he's playing up that stereotype also, so that hopefully the actual Fae don't realize who he is.
Yes. Okay.
So when Noir arrives, are you both changed?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I have radical shapeshifting, so it takes me no time at all to change.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and you never said to Eric what friends you were going to meet, so it's not like that's gonna break anyone's cover.
No.
It does mean that I can't make kissy faces with Sylvan right now, but I can with Noir.
Everybody can make kissy faces with Noir now.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, she's gonna run into the nurses. She'll let Eric stay outside. She's like, I'm just gonna make sure everything's okay, and if it is, you can come in.
Yeah, totally. And like, I'd assume it even has a glass window, so like I'd just be outside.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think we're gonna have. Probably the curtains are closed. Maybe if there's a glass window there, because people were changing into costumes.
The way I see, typically nurses' offices are like, there's the nurse like desk area with the chairs, and then there's usually a separate room. So I imagine I'm leaving you in like the waiting area with the chairs.
Totally fine.
Sure. Yeah, I think there's probably some chairs out in the hallway too, and then the nurse is there to talk to you, Eric, and she's like, "Oh, welcome to school. I'm nurse so and so, and blah blah blah."
Oh, thank you. And yeah, so like as soon as Noir goes into the other room, I'm gonna get a phone call.
Oh, okay.
And be like, "Oh, excuse me, very nice to meet you," and like I'll just step into the hall to use the phone.
The Dork look at the secret lair has a kissy faces flowchart for easy reference.
I like to think of it as like
are
a
you at
gem
school
situation.
yes
if then
no.
Yeah. Logic gates.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my god, that would be so awesome to have that. Okay, so we'll come back to the phone call in a second, Dave.
Sure.
Okay, so Zumac, Noir, Sylvan, you have a private area to have a conversation.
Oh, we're in. Okay, what's going on?
Huh? Oh, yeah. So there's this. A deal has been struck.
Like a Fae kind of thing?
Yes.
But
Very
his
bad.
parents aren't coming.
Not
Okay,
that as far as I know, they're not. This might have like pinged on their radar, which is slightly terrifying, but it's probably gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Wink.
Ah.
So there's some kind of immense power source involved somewhere in the school that this deal has to deal with. And if this deal goes through, it's going to be bad. Like, big bada boom, bad.
Okay.
But
Well,
So-
we can't tell the principal because technically he's not supposed to like mess
Know
with
about
deals.
yeah, it's weird Fey law, which is it should be its
Can
own
we-
major.
can we tell him someone's after the power source for this in the school? But not
But then we would have
tell
to
him the
explain how we
specifics?
knew.
Yeah, it gets complicated. Like, if he took that at face value, that might be okay, but when he starts asking questions, that's where I get into trouble, and that probably will bring my parents here, and we don't want that.
No, but the principal will know what the power source is and where it is. And if
Yeah, but-
someone's after it, the principal will know how to tell us about that.
Do you think the principal will tell us about that?
Might tell me about that.
I'm gonna throw this out there that it's also just part of the conceit of the game is that adults are like incredibly unhelpful. They will, like, even if you said, "Oh, we're superheroes and we detected something at the school," the principal is almost certainly gonna say, "Thank you for the information. Goodbye," and I will check it out myself.
And I don't know how having multiple versions of yourself is going to help deal with this problem.
Just making, I mean, like I said, he just might know some information. But, okay, so I have Eric Alders, I almost said Alders shadowing me all day today. I'm glad you two are already in costume because he won't know. We're gonna maybe he can help us. I have to keep an eye on him. I promised.
Sure.
Okay.
I
He
just-
rolls metal.
I mean, I guess it's okay. I mean, I don't see why not.
I was gonna bring him by. I was gonna have us all meet him after school in costume and stuff, but I guess now is as good as he doesn't know who you are. I didn't tell him anything other like at all. I didn't say who I was meeting, so he doesn't know.
And I mean, like, if he helps us, then that'll probably, be a boon for him, right?
I was hoping
Kind
to
of-
introduce him to the team to help him out because it sounds like he's had some pretty rough times, and I think he could use some friends.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
Okay.
going to be helpful too, but I just mean, if he's seen saving the school, that might help shake off some of that stigma,
That's true. Okay, let me get into costume. And then we're gonna do this. Because I can't really fight crime in 6-inch heels.
Well, I mean, if anybody could, you could.
Yeah.
She just like blushes. And she's like, oh, I can be flirty with you guys right now. And she gives each of you a kiss on the cheek and then goes to change.
Aw.
It's very sweet. Okay, so while she's changing is probably a good time for Eric's phone call. Mysterious phone call.
Yes.
My mysterious phone call is not that complicated, but that's the genius of a good plan. So, Google Voice number, random number, somewhere from Halcyon City, and I'm going to call the school and go, "Oh, hi, I had a dentist appointment this morning and I couldn't get to school on time. Can I come in here at lunch? I'll be there in like 5 minutes."
You went.
Yeah. That's the whole plan.
You call in the office?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to like a late student.
Okay. Well, but you're not being Eric?
No, mm-mm.
Oh.
Pretending to
okay.
be another student that is not necessarily so famously here today already.
Okay, let's roll provoke someone.
Okay.
You wouldn't have even gotten the role if it was like Eric was on the news walking into school.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like I'm just pretending. I don't know. Maybe some name I heard today. Like if there was one kid absent in one of the morning classes, and there's chances are there's gonna be, right? Like, so I'm just using that name as like oh yeah, I couldn't make it this morning because my mom scheduled a dentist appointment, and now I'm here, and like that's also why like I probably have like a finger in my mouth, like cotton, like oh yeah, I got.
Okay, I like that.
So I got a 10.
Oh my.
Hold on, let me make sure. Provoke someone is superior, and I am completely averagely superior.
Okay.
So I rolled 2 5s.
All right.
That's what I got.
Oh, it's doubles too, so take a thread.
Oh! Someday I'll have enough to make a shirt. It'll be great.
Yep.
Oh, I got one earlier too. Then I forgot that was a thing
no.
in this game.
No, that's
it's not
a joke.
in
I'm sorry.
masks.
Yeah, it's we get what is it? Potential in this game is the actual XP tracker, but I always think of doubles now. I did that to myself.
You did.
Okay, so what's double gods?
Yeah. Okay. So the the office buys it. They're like, yeah, okay, well, just call again when you're not just yourself, Jason. I missed what that's in reference to. Sorry, Nightshade. So yeah, just give us a call when you're outside the force field, and we'll buzz you in.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Is there... Well, let me double check what it says with the NPCs. On a 10 plus, they rise to the bait and do what you want. Yep. Okay. There we go. So, you've got about 5 minutes. Are you going to wait outside the nurse's office?
Well, like, until such time as somebody comes out. Like, I'm purposely trying to not look like I'm involved in something nefarious. Yeah. But you pay back debts.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nightshade. Okay, thank you for explaining that I'm not the only one who thinks of doubles as threads. Okay. That's funny. Okay, so I doubt the conversation in the nurse office is going to take a full 5 minutes. Because y'all are like, well, what do we do? Call the principal? No. Okay, let's suit up. And what was your kind of decision process there?
I don't know if we got that far.
Okay.
And the process was, okay, let's suit up and start dealing with this.
And ask Eric to help?
Yeah.
And kind of, if he, because Noir can't leave him alone.
Yeah.
So
right. And
like,
it's Noir's and Eric's, personas are not secret, right? Mm-hmm. So it's super easy for them to be sort of connected with this. And then Noir's super team has shown up. That's not super weird either. And no one saw the 2 kids that went in there and the heroes coming out. So, what do we do? So we just come out suited up, and Eric's in the hallway. Who's gonna start this conversation? Eric, 3 suited up teen superheroes walk out of the nurse's office.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
For the audience, let's go over everyone's super duds.
Oh yeah.
Zumac, what do you look like?
Zumac gets a thin bark skin kind of situation going. And then her costume is a little bit like a deep green hood over deep green hood that goes into a hoodie that goes into like a dark brown bottoms. It's not super elaborate. And there is a lot of like, how many shadows can she create? So that no one could tell who she actually is. Like, it's a little weirdly baggy for a superhero costume.
So comfortable though.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, Sylvan is basically, the easiest way to put it was, imagine Peter Pan as a superhero. That kind of style with very kind of similar color scheme to Zumac, very green and brown, but with an iridescent flair to it. He wears a domino mask that basically looks like 2 autumn leaves coming off of his face.
Nice.
And when he needs them, he has wings at the ready, which again are very iridescent.
Oh, right, fairy wings. I forgot about that. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And Noir's outfit?
Noir has a very Supergirl-y type outfit, so it's the skirt, the knee-high boots, but she wears tights under her skirt, and yeah, like very tight and fitted, and it's purple and black, and has like her symbol on the front. It's very Supergirl, but Noir.
Sure.
It's
so
Noir
is it like an
Supergirl.
N on the?
Yeah, she has like an N.
Okay.
That's like a cool shadowy looking N. And
Okay.
It's pretty much all black with purple accents.
Awesome. I like
And
that.
a purple mask.
Eric, what's your initial reaction? I know you're
Well,
like,
it's
oh,
like-
what?
Well, like I think the initial reaction is like hands up, right?
Oh, oh my
Like,
god.
oh,
I
okay.
think you're in trouble.
Like,
Oh man.
oh, guys, I'm just at school. Just
Please stop. Please stop. This is so awkward now.
This is yeah.
Oh no. We're
oh.
you know who
okay.
I am.
Right, I know, but I thought like something.
No.
I didn't expect a whole like assault time. Like, let's go.
There's a problem at the school and we need to fix it.
Oh,
And Sumac and Sylvan are my superhero team. I was gonna introduce you after school, but they're
oh,
here now. Tantrum's out of town, but we do normally have a 4th member. So do you want to be our 4th member today?
oh,
kinda have to
am I allowed to do that? Like,
Yeah.
just time for super stuff in the middle of the school day?
If you're with me,
Oh,
I can get you out of
okay.
it.
Hard maybe.
Okay.
No,
I
I was
mean,
like, I
I
cannot
guess so.
help that.
Well,
I
there is no
uh,
time frame for justice. He says, like barely holding it together.
Noir tries not to laugh because
I'm totally taking that like super seriously. Like, oh yeah, okay. So then like,
I'm sure your school institution people will understand.
I'm probably like, I didn't bring a lot. Hang on, and like, can we be sort of near the computer lab?
yeah. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's a computer in the nurse's office.
Well, no, like a bunch of them
Hmm.
would be helpful.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay,
Or
like,
just
I mean,
like
across the hall, or you
yeah,
know,
like okay, oh yeah, it's you see like the sign for like computer lab out down the hallway there.
So, like, hang on, and like I like turn and like jog the couple of steps down to the door of the computer lab, and
Mhm.
like as I start to move, you see that like the watch and the bracelet and all the rings start to like gold plate up the arms, and then I get to the door of the computer lab and I open the door and there's just like a trail of it that goes up my pant leg and just
all the computers go and
yeah,
like,
all of
shut
them
off.
just stop working.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, that's the best I can do. It's not like great, but like
Dude, that's awesome. The computer teacher's gonna be so pissed.
I can put it back. When we're
There's
done.
a bunch of students in there who are like, oh, my paper, what?
Like always use
First day,
autosave,
why are you
and then I
already
close
writing
the
a
door.
paper?
Like,
You know there are
Nerds.
students writing
Overachievers, you
essays on
deserve
day one.
this.
No, Noir looks at them and is like,
Nerd.
"That's me." Uh, but no, she's just like, "No, people are probably last minute typing up the summer paper they never typed."
How dare.
You're
That's
procrastinators,
probably-
you deserve this.
Yes. But yeah, she's like, that'll do. Okay, so Sylvan, what can you tell us about the power source, about what you know?
I don't know much. I just got a feeling about this deal being struck regarding the power source. I wish I knew what the power source was, but if this deal goes through, it's gonna be terrible for everybody. Like
What?
the effects literally knocked me off my feet.
That's bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what kind? Is there like a nuclear reactor at this school? Like, what?
Not to your knowledge, everyone.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, seeing
We
some
know
of the
about the
lunches that have
shitty-
come out of there, it wouldn't surprise me. But
Could I roll to see if I could logically deduce that it's connected to the shield in some way? Because we do know about the shield. And I imagine
the
that
shield-
takes the generator.
The shield is powered by whatever the school's power is, right? Like it's,
So this power source powers the whole school.
yeah.
So could I logically deduce that in this moment?
Well, yeah, I mean, whatever the power source is, it's the power for the whole school and the shield and that would just be like an automatic deduction of.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I just want to not be metagaming too much.
Yeah, no, I mean, whether it's the city power or there's a generator or a nuclear reactor under the building or whatever it is, that is the power source for all of it, for the lights and the AC and the mega force field that's up around the building, all that stuff.
Okay. So yeah. So.
I mean, for all we know, it could just be Principal Multiple Man running on hamster wheels powering the school, which would be so cool.
And a little creepy, but okay.
But like, if he was
Honestly,
doing it if he's doing it of his own volition,
Yes.
He's so
Yeah.
fit.
That's just a giant gym of treadmills underneath the school.
That's why the principal's such in good shape. I don't know how that works, but okay. So, did you get a sense of location of the power source?
below, like under, like down.
Okay.
It was coming. The feeling and the noise was coming up, so I would assume that it's coming down, or it's beneath us.
I want to like. This is too weird. I want to like try to sense through shadows, because shadow sense I think is one of the powers.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, what did you take in or do you have all 5 things in the suite?
I got 2 more moves the last time we played. Like, I got a lot of stuff last time, but hold on. Let me go back. As I took a few...
Yeah, because like one of your advancements is take the other 2 abilities in your suite.
yes, I did. I have taken that.
Okay, so yeah, you have all 5, and yeah, shadow senses I'm sure is a thing.
It is.
I'm gonna say you just have to find shadows somewhere, because here in the hallway it's just bright lights, and this. I think you have to dip your hand into a shadow or somewhere, and
Yeah,
then
yeah. That's what I
could
was-
link to it.
That's what I was gonna do, was
Okay.
find a shadow and put my hand in it. So if someone's locker is nearby, I can probably just open a locker and use that.
Okay, yeah.
Or if someone just wants to break into a locker, she's not really gonna stop you. Oh,
Well,
she's like, can you control any of these metals?
No, but if you just need a shadow and I can make a gold umbrella off my hand, kind of be like,
Yep, makes
Yeah,
a big
is
shadow on the
that-
ground. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I
Also,
could.
like, Sylvan's gonna point out after all this happens, we are making shadows.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
the shadows from yourselves are a little bit diffuse because there's light from every angle.
Sure.
So that
Okay.
so it's more like a cube shape than
Yeah.
an umbrella.
Okay. I dig it.
She puts her hand down into the shadow and is going to try and see if she can sense where this, like through the shadows, where the power source is. Superhero.
Okay, let's roll. Well, I guess assess the situation. Well, hold on. Actually, we're gonna have you unleash your powers to extend your senses.
Okay.
That's a specific part of that. So roll plus freak.
Okay, hold on. I just want to double check my moves. I have too many PDFs open. I was trying to remember if I had... No, okay, don't have any moves for that. Why is my freak terrible? Okay.
Eric, this is about a minute before you're supposed to call the office back.
Sure.
Wow. Wow. That's a 4.
Oh. Okay.
Because, I feel like I had something.
Well,
But
plus
no,
your freak.
They don't give you... No, my freak is terrible.
Okay.
It's a 0. And I don't... My only other move that I have is that I can roll savior instead of danger if I'm directly engaging a threat.
Sure.
But I can't...
That's okay. It's a 4. So
4.
here's what happens. Your senses do extend, but they reach down into the basement, and whatever's happening down there, you kind of slither through the shadows. Just your mind, right? You come out in the basement, but whatever is in the basement is so bright. It's just like a dog running into a sliding glass door, right? Like, it doesn't break, but you just like wham and are bounced back out of it. And I'm gonna have you roll take a powerful blow because you are so comfortable and confident in the shadows, and to just be like swatted out like that is not great.
Oh, never mind. I don't know if this counts because I have the never give up, never surrender. When you take a powerful blow from someone far greater power than you, use this move instead of the basic move.
Yes. Yep. Spoiler.
Ooh.
Okay. Is it my dad? No. Oh, wow. Okay.
Not your dad.
That is a 13.
That's
Oh my.
Oh wait, you're supposed to roll high on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do that on this.
Okay, so what is the result?
On a hit, you stand strong. On a 7 to 9, mark a condition, but I rolled higher than that.
So you
I don't know.
you stand strong and you don't take any effect from it. That's great.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you get bounced out of there and you're dazed as you zip back to your body. But you also have some intel that there's an extraordinarily bright thing in the basement that it mainly was so shocking to you because you were zipping along, like your consciousness was moving quickly, and it was just like you hit a barrier. So what that would be up to you to communicate any of that to your partners.
She's kind of like blinking for a second. She's like, okay, so I don't know where, but there is something very bright. And I'm going to assume that's the power source. But it was blinding.
And you can't pinpoint where?
No. It was like that classic rock song.
Well, I mean, it's in the
Blinded by
basement.
the light.
But Pooja, did you want to say something? Oh, I thought you were
sorry.
you
I
were
was
gesturing.
I was just reacting. My bad.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Okay, well, if it's in the basement, let me check it out. I don't need shadows to do what I need to do, and that's gonna be fine.
Oh, great. So
you've
my
both
move.
gotten kind of. I feel like maybe if we just go down there.
I think we should just go down there.
No, yeah, I'll see you guys down there. I was gonna physically go down there. I wasn't gonna do anything,
Also,
Really?
I get to add. I'm gonna add one team to the pool because I forgot that on successes I get to pick one of those for
Okay.
my move. So we're gonna get a team to the pool.
Okay, and I think
So-
something added to the team. Oh no, we didn't end up using that one because it didn't work. Okay, so we have one, but we have not entered combat with the dangerous foe yet, so we're not doing the team pool thing. I mean the whole add up thing, but we do have one. Okay, so Sylvan, are you teleporting somewhere?
I'm gonna use my radical shapeshifting and my legendary speed to basically get tiny size
Uh-huh.
and like go through like vents and stuff to get down to the basement.
Sure, or like the drinking fountain drain or
Yeah,
whatever.
like-
Okay, now Sumac, you were trying to convince Sylvan not to go.
I was just, no, I thought he was going to do another mind thing, and I was like, maybe let's not have all of our bells rung.
Oh, okay. So you're not saying don't go. Okay, that's
I am
fine.
going to say now that we'll back you up and meet you down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anything else to do before we run for the stairs? Eric, it's about time that you would need to call the office.
I'm gonna do so in motion to the stairs.
Okay. Let's have. I'm assuming you're sort of, quietly.
No, well, no. It's totally like oh gosh, I forgot. I said at lunchtime I was gonna call home and just be like, yeah, everything's okay. I'm here and making it through the day. Just give me a second.
Yeah, or you could say you have to call your parole officer.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
as a check-in, like, yeah, I'm just letting them know that everything's all right. I'm not necessarily going to say that we're going to go off and do hero-y things right now. So if everybody could just be quiet for a second and maybe no like laser blasts or whatever, that'd be great.
Yeah, so you drop back a couple steps, but you're still heading downstairs with everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I will call and be like, I will purposely be like, "Hi, I'm here. Things are going okay. I'm feeling a little better."
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be purposely obscure about what I'm calling about, but
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think they connect it to, what they're like, "Oh, is this so and so?" And you're like, "Yep." So yeah, you're able to cover that just fine. And there's nothing inside the school that would indicate the force field turns off or on. So, and you're not looking outside right now. So I don't think any of you would notice that the force field goes off and on. Are either of you're not really like plugged into electrical signals, or that's nobody's jam really. Yeah. Okay. So then, yep, I think the shield comes down long enough for them to know, like, somebody, like, I don't think they're even checking. They're just like, oh yeah, turn it off for like a minute, and then they're gonna be in, and then I'll turn it back on, and that's just sort of a automated process. that they have.
Adults are useless.
Yes.
Where's the useless?
Okay, so
I get that.
that happened, and let's go to Sylvan slipping down the drain.
Yep.
Or whatever. And you emerge into the basement, the lowest level of like facilities and maintenance and all that. All kinds of pipe. So there's like a concrete floor, concrete walls and ceiling, but like hanging down from the ceiling are just all kinds of pipes and tubes and power conduits and networking cable and just all manner of stuff going along the ceiling. There is a whole like a massive fuse box panel, and then sort of like weirdly wired up into that is a like a glass cylinder. You know what it looks like? It looks like a giant like glass cake that like the bell what's that called, like a bell jar, right? So there's like an actual like wooden platform that this thing is sitting on, and a glass bell jar over the top, but it's like it's like 4 feet tall. Okay, it's really big, and inside of that is an anatomically correct but metallic heart. which is pumping, and it's sort of like a coppery color. It's not exactly copper, but that's like in the lighting down here, and it's so hard because this heart is glowing so brightly. Like you have to do a shape change to your eyes to like foop, nope, foop, 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 like put all these filters over your eyes to be able to see right now.
Okay.
And the jar's base, that wooden base, has several like pretty thick cables, like, you know, couple inch thick cables coming out and going to the fuse box. And this heart is just like floating in the jar, in the air. It's not like full of liquid or anything, but it's just pumping like a heart. Boom, 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 boom. And that's what you find down there.
This is really weird. Like really, really weird.
Oh, I think actually you would recognize this material. Yeah. Yeah, Sylvan would recognize it without needing to roll anything. You might not know the significance of it, but you recognize orichalcum at a glance, which is sort of a monstrous alchemical, impossible mess of, you know, as far as you're aware, it's like gold, copper, zinc, mercury, like a bunch of metals that can't be an alloy. Right? Like mercury isn't even really a sort of a metal, I guess, if you got it cold enough. But I guess it is a metal on the chart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a liquid metal.
Yeah, it's just liquid at room temperature, so it's weird. It's a weird metal.
It's like a T1000.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what the design was based on, is a mercury type thing. But this is a sort of yellowy, coppery looking thing. There's a lot of it sort of looks like a heart was made out of it's like banded. Like if you took a band of like a strip, like a taffy or something, and wound that around and around and around into the shape of an anatomical heart. That's what you're looking at. And you would recognize this. This is a fairy metal. This is like the only metal that fairies will use. You know, most of their tools and weapons are bone and horn and wood and all that kind of stuff, because they're not going to use iron. And then most of the other metals, you sort of need iron to work other metals. But this orichalcum is super rare, and it is pretty much the only thing that Fae will use that are metallic.
Oh, this is not good. Okay, how did the school get a whole... Focus. One thing at a time. I'm just kind of like flitting around trying to figure out what the danger could be to this thing. Like, is something coming? Is something gonna happen? Is there some kind of magical force that's coming in? Like, he's trying to, I guess, assess the situation, trying to figure out what
are your super abilities again?
Yeah. So I have Stunning Beauty, Radical Shapeshifting, Sorcery, and Legendary Speed. Oh. So not a lot of sensory stuff, but like trying to figure out like what's the danger.
Okay. I think extending your senses with sorcery makes the most sense, because now you can identify this as a magical item, basically. Sure. Like, it's not technology. Yeah. So okay. Let's actually unleash your powers.
All right.
Because this is so like, it's not unstable, but it's so volatile to you, that it's assess the situation isn't really the right move.
No, for sure. I dig it. And 3 gives me other high stat. So let's go. That is a 9 total.
Okay. So either we could take a condition to make it a 10, I think.
I can mark it. I can mark a condition, or the GM can tell me how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Yeah, so it's your choice. So if you mark a condition, it's basically going to work the way you expect it to. Or I can modify it.
I'll take a condition. Let's
Okay.
go with insecure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with insecure. Just because it's all very unsettling and like I don't know what to do with my hands
Sure.
kind of moment.
Okay, so your Fey sorcery, like you are not a great wizard. You're kind of a beginner.
Oh yeah.
But this starts to unravel, and you can feel the overwhelming pushback of this thing. Like, you don't need to perceive me. Let's just look away. Look away. You don't need to be part of this. But you managed to push through that, right? It has a very strong Fey ignore field, right? Mm-hmm. And then you find it get to the heart of the matter. I didn't mean to go there, but it happened, and I accept the consequences.
Punning is a fine art, Turi.
The thing, you can't fully grok like how it was made, or that's part of the information you're gonna get. You can't get like why or how it's installed here. Like, why does this work? Like that part really, like, we don't use orichalcum to generate electricity. That's nonsense, right? But what the main thing you're able to pick up from this is that this thing is the product of a wish. That a wish was granted.
Oh.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure only Oberon or Titania can grant wishes. Yeah. I don't think Puck can grant wishes, right?
No. Okay. Everything Puck does is at the will of Oberon.
Yeah. So, that's, as far as you know, there might be other beings that can grant wishes, but in your experience, that's what this seems like.
Okay. Oh, this got more complicated. Okay. We're fine, because we were going to defend it anyway. So nothing's changed. The plan is still the same. I am not freaking out.
Okay. Then a man bursts through the concrete floor and tackles you. What do you do?
No.
And by the way, the floor didn't break, right? He just like, it's sort of like loose soil, right? And he came through that, and then it re-solidified. So he's not phasing, but the like ground phased around him, sort of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna directly engage a threat. Like, let's get her done.
Oh, Dorkwood Canada, yes. Tatiana Maslany playing Titania is definitely what I want to have happen. She's such a fucking wizard and does not get enough credit for her work.
I want her to play me.
Yeah.
Because she'd pull it off better than I would.
She can do everything.
She could play all of us in the same show.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's directly engage a threat. What is my...
And, just want to acknowledge friend of the show, Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah, naturally.
Really appreciate her support.
IDK, my BFF, Tatiana Maslany. All right, this is going to go really well, guys. My -1, danger. I'm super excited about it.
Okay, so you're going to... what?
I'm going to...
Directly engage a threat?
Actually, I'm going to do defend, because that's more what I'm doing. I'm defending whatever this is. That's what I'm going to do. So let's go with defend.
Hold on, because the possible outcomes of defend are add a team to the pool, which I don't want because the team isn't here.
Sure.
Take influence over someone you protect, which you can't.
Right.
And then the last one is clear condition. That's the only thing you could pick.
Yeah, let's go with the other one. Let's go with directly engage.
Yeah, I think it's directly engage is the right move.
Oh, that's fine.
Just a question. Did you make yourself big again when you got down here?
Yeah, like that's... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume you went to your sort of default size.
For sure.
I just wanted to be clear, because it's a very different picture in my head. The other way.
Real quick, Joey, does your shape change take... And like, if you got knocked out, would you revert to some standard, or is your shape change like semi-permanent until you change it again?
It's semi-permanent, I think.
Okay.
Well, that's doubles.
Cool. Cool.
That'd be a 4. Actually, with my -1, that's a 3.
So, okay. With your danger.
Yeah. So, doing real well.
Okay, it kind of makes sense because you did get surprise attacked.
Oh yeah.
Did
Like,
not
I was not
expect
ready.
somebody just come shooting out of the floor.
No, the force field is up. Where? Like, why?
Right.
Why would that happen?
Right. And you, well, actually, yeah, this guy like grabbed you from behind, so you don't really like. He came up and you sort of hear he's like, what? Like he's surprised that you're here, but he's also just a like combat veteran adult villain, you know?
Yeah.
And sort of immediately puts you into a choke hold or like a sleeper hold, you know, just picks you up. You're like feet are off. He's like 6'6" and just built like a linebacker. Like he's just enormous, right?
Mm-hmm.
And comes up out of the ground. He's wearing like basically, you know, ninja pajama type outfit. It's all like soft cloth, right? He's not armored up or anything, but he has a full like a full sort of balaclava style mask. And how tall is Sylvan?
Oh, impossibly tiny at 5'8".
Oh yeah, just indescribably small. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's like picked you up off your feet and he's, you know, arm wrapped around you. I'm gonna have you mark a condition of your choice. I don't mind which one you pick.
Yeah. We're gonna. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with afraid. Like he just.
Yeah.
He was not expecting this, and that partnered with like, what is this thing?
And I am unfortunately gonna have you take a powerful blow.
Of course you are.
So you have 2 conditions now?
I do.
Okay.
2 lovely conditions. You Judas dice.
Oh no! Now you get the 12.
Exactly that.
Oh no.
What's the total?
That would be a 14.
Oh my!
I got a 12. I got boxcars.
Oh my! I mean, I know 10 plus is a 10 plus, but a 14 feels significant.
Well, yeah, that's fate saying, haha, got you.
Okay, so, but you only have to choose one thing, remove yourself from the situation, lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or pick 2 options from 7 to 9.
Oh, I would love to lose control of myself or my powers in a terrible way. Let's do that.
Do you have an idea what that might look like, or do you want
I
me to
have
do
no
something?
idea what that might look like off the top of my head. I think the fact there's a lot of fate energy coming off of that thing could be a supercharged moment, which is going to be roll cute and terrible. So I think Sylvan's reaction would be, I'm getting grabbed by somebody. I'm going to try to use my radical shapeshifting to get out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his first thought was, I'm going to shrink back down so he can't get a hold of me. And I think that does not go well. And I think he actually kind of reverse Ant-Man's it.
Yeah, and Biggins.
Yeah,
actually, that's kind of what I was going to go with. And so here's what happens. The 3 of you come, you know, running down the last set of stairs, burst into the basement as you see... you're sort of side on to this guy who like grabs Sylvan. So you're looking at them from the side and this guy looks over at you. You know, so like he sees you come in and he's like holding your friend and he's kind of in the process of like turning to use Sylvan as a shield. Right. And Sylvan's like, you see Sylvan like start to compact. Also, Noir, by the way, when you open the door, your eyes are just like, oh, God, what is happening? Until Sylvan tries to do a thing, and the heart that is glowing so brightly in that bell jar, the brightness like settles down and then focuses like a laser beam into Sylvan's chest.
Oh no.
And Sylvan embiggens. The basement room is not that big a room. So 8-foot tall Sylvan is hunched over, right? And this guy is still holding on to you, and he's strong enough. You're sort of on equal footing now, But you're also too tall for the space because it's not great. Like this.
Oh
is
no, I don't know what to do with my arms.
Yeah,
I'm like, all limbs.
Where do my limbs end?
Where do I end?
Yeah. But the three of you run in, and I want to get initial reactions, and then we have to game down for today.
Yeah, I mean, Noir's initial reaction is going to be to rush in and fight.
Okay. You know what? Let's get through these first actions. Let's roll. Engage a dangerous foe. Directly engage a threat. That's what I said.
Yep.
Yeah, I know what you meant. It's fine. Oh
It's
my
like
God.
so many PBTA games with some version of that move.
Directly engage a threat. But let me look at my moves, because that requires danger, and danger and I don't get along. So I'm going to use fight the good fight, which means I am going to engage it, but I am pulling my punches, so I'm not like going to impress, surprise, or frighten my foe.
Okay.
But it allows me to roll savior.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, that is an 11.
Okay. And so that's just, but it's still just a directly engaged move, right? Even though
Yeah,
you're
it's
using
just
savior.
fight the good fight. When you pull your punches while directly engaging a threat, you can roll plus savior instead of plus danger.
Okay, and you just can't pick the last one. So you get to pick two. And if you don't resist or avoid their blows, you will either take a condition or take a powerful blow, depending on kind of how I determine the situation.
Well, my goal is to free Sylvan from them, so I want to take something from them, and I want to create an opportunity for everyone else.
Okay, so you're not going to worry about resisting or avoiding their blows.
No.
Okay. I think in this case, I am going to have you take a powerful blow, but you don't have any conditions yet, right?
Nope.
Okay, so it's just +0.
But I can do the never give up, never surrender.
Yes, he is definitely more powerful than you individually. Like he's like, and all of you now recognize Boulette is this like Canadian supervillain, and is famous. Like he is basically invulnerable as far as anyone knows. Like we have literally seen a tank shoot him in the chest. That was in the news of his like debut villainy. Was a tank shooting him in the chest while he was escaping a military base. So, you know.
Okay, so I rolled a 9, so I'm going to take the angry condition because I'm pissed off that he's hurting my friends.
Mm-hmm.
But that also means I will say I keep his attention.
Oh, okay.
Because that's on my move. You can keep your attacker's attention. So I have rushed in and gotten his attention big time.
Yeah. So is it okay if I say like you got in there and like hit his elbow so like his arm went numb for a second and that's why he dropped Sylvan? Does that make sense for how you're picturing like getting in there to fight?
I was picturing it like I fly in and like I use shadows to fly basically.
Uh-huh.
And rush in and kind of go like at the waist area.
Okay.
Like basically just like anything to leverage him off. So it's kind of like
yeah,
straight into the waist with my hands.
Yeah. Now
Big oof.
the one complication here is so there is a massive light source in this room, which is the thing that flung you out of here.
But it's pointing directly at Sylvan right now.
Yes, and Bullet's shadow was also accessible to you, which is how you got to him. Right, you just like whoop, just went along his own shadow, and like you said, like
because the way I'm picturing this is basically like it would be dark in here except for that light source, and if the light source is being channeled in one spot, it's now dark.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it is more focused than it was a moment ago. So yeah, you definitely have more opportunity to move around. Absolutely, good point. So yeah, you do all that. Sylvan is dropped. Sylvan, you still have to drop to a knee because you're way too big to be in this room.
Oh yeah, I am not comfy. This is not cute.
And it's going to be a little while before I let you shrink because it was a lose control of your powers. You can do other stuff, but you're going to have to do it as an 8-foot tall giant in a not 8-foot tall room.
Here for it.
I think a 6-foot tall person would be like, oh, don't hit those pipes, right? Like it's that close. Zumac, what are you doing?
Can we say that I rolled for burn on the way down?
Yeah.
Because we had some time to get down to the basement.
Yeah.
Because I rolled a 10 on that.
And you
Really
knew
happy
you were
about it.
rushing into danger. So,
Yeah.
hold on. Actually, we have entered battle with a dangerous foe. Before we go any further, we should do this part. Okay, I'm gonna add 2 team to the pool, so we're now at 3. Then, if the leader has influence, we don't really have a leader, do we?
I kind of think Noir is our leader.
I was also thinking Noir is the leader.
Okay,
Like-
Noir, do you have influence
Definitely.
over every teammate?
I think so. I know everyone has influence over me because of legacy things.
Oh, hey, what is the Reformed's influence?
Do you talk openly about your days as a villain? If so, give each team member influence over me. If not, give influence to the one teammate whose example you must closely follow. So I think so far it's definitely choice number 2,
Okay.
right? And I
Well,
would
you were
probably
also
give-
talking pretty openly about it with Noir, at least.
well, yeah, that's to the one, like
That's-
to the one teammate whose example I'm trying to follow. Like,
Okay. So at least Noir has influence over you.
yes,
Okay, well, that's everyone. So now we're at 4 team. If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, I'm not sure we get to check that one off today.
No.
I don't know.
You tell me.
It kind of depends on what everybody's purpose here is.
Well, I mean, he did say no one was going to get hurt. And hi.
Making sure no one gets hurt and stopping the cataclysm.
Well, I'm just saying that since the bullet is kind of hurting someone, in theory, that might be enough to sway the alchemist to change his motivation.
Yeah. I think that was more like unfortunate. Like I was hoping he would get in and get out before we got downstairs, and I didn't anticipate that you had super speed. So it's more like oh, now this is a thing. So I'm definitely on the side of I don't want anybody to get hurt, but I'm definitely not on the side of like make sure to stop this guy so his plans are ruined.
Okay, so you would be sort of trying to pull your punches a little bit and aren't super
yeah.
mad if Bullet gets away.
100%, right?
Yeah, okay. So we're not going to check that one off today. If any team member mistrusts the leader or the team, remove a team. Does anyone mistrust each other? I don't think we have any reason to mistrust Alchemist, and Alchemist, I don't think you have any reason to mistrust the team.
No, I don't.
So I won't take that one away. And if your team is ill prepared or off balance, yeah, I think I'm going to take that one. So we're back down to 3. If only because we also have this like kind of secret. I mean, it's not like Alchemist is really trying to spike your wheel, but he's also like, maybe we should just
We're
let him
also
go.
responding like spur of the moment. Like we didn't know what the power source was. We don't know who's coming
Right.
for it. We just have like vague stuff to go off of.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that we're ill prepared for it because we had no idea what we were running into literally.
I didn't have time to run out to the trunk of the car. And get,
Oh, Dorkle
supplies.
Kanda, you're
Right, it's
a
so
hero.
good, right?
Hero among heroes. Is anyone good at pronouncing French?
I speak French, but that is I have some thoughts. But
What?
yeah, is pouvez-vous le cruiser?
Okay.
But it would be less formal than that. That's either like it's a very formal way of saying things.
Okay. Well, maybe he's very fancy. And he's trying to be extra polite.
But also, I speak Parisian French, not.
Oh,
French
that's
to
true.
be
Yeah,
fair.
Quebecois is going to be fairly different colloquially. So,
Quebecois is very different, and very different accents.
yeah.
I can't understand it.
Some
That's
great
great.
villains in Quebec.
They got the best villains in Quebec.
the Bigens.
I do kind of like the idea of the guy who like emerges from moving through the earth and concrete and everything, but is always impeccably dressed.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be amazing because he has control over the dirt, right? So he's just
Exactly.
like, "Foop."
He's never dirty.
Slides
Yeah.
right off.
So I'm actually gonna retcon. He's actually in a tuxedo and balaclava,
Nice.
right? Is that okay with everyone?
I
Yeah.
love
That's
it.
fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, he's still like 6'6" and built like a truck, but yeah.
That suit was custom made to fit him.
Yeah. So the room is also a little too small for him. Let's remember, but not as bad as it is for Sylvan right now.
Yeah.
He's a degen from Laval. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Zumac, did you get an action?
Not yet.
Okay.
I am going to use shielding, and because like it's obvious something is happening with Sylvan,
Mm-hmm.
and like this light burning into him, like I don't know what that is. I don't recognize it as Fae or like what that heart is made of, except is it alive? I guess would be my question.
The heart, like you have a vague sense of it being a living creature, but in the most bizarre way. Yeah, that's
So I'm gonna use shielding to try to protect Sylvan from what it's doing to him.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good. That'll take a second to take effect. So remind me of that when we come back next week. But that's a great move. Alchemist, what is your move as we all rush into the room? Also, how big are you? Like, what is this? You said he's very average, so he's like 5'9".
Yeah, 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
Got, mousy brown hair.
Mm-hmm.
Really the only thing, like, I think he didn't have enough gold to complete the outfit like he normally does. So there's like patches of just normal skin.
Okay, but he like made a like mask part, and
Sort of, yeah.
but his hair
Like-
is out, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. I think the first thing I'm gonna do, like seeing this weird heart thing, is like, do I get a sense that there's any part of it that I could use?
Oh well, why don't we extend your senses with Unleash Your Powers?
All right. Also, at the same time, I'm checking to see if Boulette has any accessories matching to a tuxedo that I might use.
Like a
Like, does he
cufflink
wear-
or a tie pin.
Does he wear gold studs
No,
or
I think he wears
cufflinks?
silver.
All right, fair. No, that's
And
fair.
I gave it a good think, and I think he's like a real like black and white, with the silver, accents.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
So you're saying he's a silver bullet?
Yeah. I'm not ashamed.
No, it's very good.
His tuxedo studs turn blue when he's cold.
Yep. Or when orcs are near.
Oh, plus freak. We have a +1. That is not a 7.
Oh.
It's a 6.
Okay. Well, we do have a team pool. If anyone is, I don't know how we would describe helping Alchemist extend his mental senses to detect the materials of the heart.
Well, I mean, the groove is in the heart.
True.
Yeah, I can't help.
I mean,
The
it
only
could be
thing-
something that it's
Controlling?
like I kind of maybe out loud say when I sensed that there was something alive in there, that I'm like, there's something alive inside that lets
Oh.
you like filter out what like the metal from the
Okay.
organic.
So then, Pooja, are you willing to spend a team from the pool to give Alchemist +1?
I think so. I think
Okay.
that we all need to be on board here with this.
Okay.
That's
Like-
weird.
Yeah.
Okay. We have 2 team left in the pool. Alchemist, your roll is a 7.
Okay.
And you can choose whether to mark a condition or have the effect be unstable or temporary. And I have thoughts for both of those, so whichever you prefer.
Well, I think I'm going to mark a condition.
Okay, to get more, like treat it basically like a 10 plus.
Yeah, okay.
What condition do you want to mark?
I think...
I'd love it if guilty was on the list, but I don't. Maybe you're not thinking that way.
No, that's like I was just thinking like I don't know if it's guilty or afraid.
Okay.
Like,
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're implicated, you'll go back to jail, like real jail this time.
right? Yeah. That's like yeah.
Yeah.
That's. No, I think I'll go with guilty. That's fine.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Totally fair, either choice, but
Because I was not expecting to get a whole bunch of people roped into this whole situation. It was supposed to be super fast and in and out, and
nobody gets hurt. Yep.
yeah. Worst case scenario, oh, the lights go out for a little while. Oh no.
All right. So you mark this condition and you sort of bear down on this focus and you realize, yeah, you were sort of getting pushed around by the fact that this is like semi-organic, but it also is pulsing with like, it's not like there are gold bands in it. It's that gold is part of the alloy, right? And so you're not really sure what else the alloy is made of. I don't think you've ever come across orichalcum. That would be extremely weird if you'd ever come across it before. But you tell me. I'm open to it.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Like that doesn't. Unless like that's just if there was like a hero or something that's known for like carrying it, it was a famous thing.
No,
maybe,
most of the time the Fae want it to mostly be a secret, like or a legend at least. Like,
sure.
Yeah.
So no, definitely not that.
okay. So yeah, you get that this, semi-organic thing, a significant portion of the alloy is gold, but the alloy is so mixed up, you would really have a challenge trying to manipulate it. But you can sense it as part of your powers, which means you would have a chance at manipulating it.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of other stuff going on too, but that's where we kind of leave it. Anything we want to say before we make our goodbyes? Okay.
No,
Thank you everyone for joining us. I'll do my thing last. So why don't we go around this way? Pooja.
Hello, I'm Pooja. You can find me on Twitter at LADCGirl. That's LADESI Girl. And pretty much everywhere else is Forgotten Saves. I'm also part of 12-Sided Stories, which is a fully produced RPG podcast. So if you want to hear more from me there, we're about to start releasing season 2 of Unquiet Blood, which is our Vampire the Masquerade actual play, and it was so much fun. I think people will really like those characters.
The first season was a hoot. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and the second season is actually kind of like a little prequel to the first season and is set in the 70s.
Oh, cool. Okay. That's fun. Okay. Blythe.
Hey everybody, I have been Blythe Kala. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. I forget I have that. Under Blythe Kala 93, that's BLYTHEKALA 93. What am I doing right now? I'm doing this, and every other Monday I am on Happy Jacks streaming Stone Top with Emily Vanderwerf, and it's absolutely delightful. We should be back this Monday. We had to take a little time off because tech issues, but we should be back, and I might marry a fairy king, so
This is an exciting development.
Worth tuning into.
Yeah.
Super hot fairy king.
Super
I mean, I don't know
hot
that needs to be
fairy
said, but it definitely needs to be reiterated.
I would have assumed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey, what are you up to?
Hey guys, I'm Joey. You can catch me on all the socials at Joey Nestor, with the exception of Instagram, because I'm a monster and came up with a different Instagram handle there. But don't bother, I'm rarely on it. It's a ghost town, and that's okay.
Well, what kind of millennial are you?
Oh my god, I am the worst millennial.
Do you even eat avocado toast?
I don't. I actually don't like avocado. Like I said, the worst millennial.
Wow.
and that's okay.
How
And
can you find a time
Californian.
industry?
Well, I mean, it's a whole thing. For me, it's a texture moment. It's a texture issue.
Fair.
I like it in like California rolls. But anyway, this is the only thing I'm streaming at the moment. So if you want to yell at me for not liking avocado, find me on the social media, and then we can engage there, and I'll tell you why I'm right and why you're wrong. But I'll do it nicely.
And possibly with song.
And possibly with song. Because I'm very excited that things are opening up again, hopefully soon, so I can start performing again. But that's for the near future. Everybody stay safe.
And Dave.
First off, thanks very much for having me. This was delightful. Yeah, I'm also a frequent visitor on the Happy Jacks network doing similar stuff to this, either playing in or running games. Currently, I'm on the opposite Mondays to Stone Top. I pointed in a direction, but it wasn't an accurate direction for everybody on Twitch, so sorry. But I'm playing in Bill Roper is running a Traveler game for us where I'm playing essentially like Art Bell, Coast to AM, conspiracy theorist guy in space, which has been a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm using that's true. Thank you, Nightshade, in the chat. It's called Yuma Station, the game. I didn't even say that. And then hopefully, as early as tomorrow, if all goes well and the creek don't rise, I will be on to continue our Cthulhu game that Stu's running.
Yes.
With Pooja.
Like, if our prayers to protect us from Hathor have been answered, then
if the stars align, which could be good or bad.
Yeah, that's
that's
risky.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the majority of the stuff I'm doing online. I got to come and play some Valheim with Jason on Wednesday.
Yeah, that was fun. Wednesday we played
fun.
Valheim.
And very, very rarely I stream stuff on Twitch myself. Most recently, I did flyovers of neighborhoods for people in Microsoft Flight Simulator if they wanted to see what their neighborhood looked like from a plane that was wildly out of control, since I am not a trained pilot at all. It was fun. But yeah, thanks again.
Awesome. And I'm Jason. The channel is It's Probably Okay. So I'm currently guesting on the Yuma Station show. So my first episode was this previous Monday, and so every other Monday I'll be there. Well, I think I'm on for like 2. I don't know how it's gonna work, but that's been real fun. But otherwise, I'm mostly here on this channel Wednesdays and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So on Wednesdays we wear death. I like to play video games that are hard and you die a lot. So that's mostly been Valheim recently. Friday afternoon is a very chill No Man's Sky stream where Sam DeLev and I play No Man's Sky and explore the galaxy and make pet friends. Saturday mornings, we have our TTRPG table. We have another episode of this Masks game, and then we will be moving on to Urban Shadows at the end of the month. Urban Shadows 2nd edition. And on Sundays, I have hour and a half or so of a developer's diaries where I work on demigods, and I've had an opportunity to get input from viewers and chat, and it's just been super, super fun doing that. So I hope you can come join me for that at some point. And otherwise, I think that's pretty much it for us. So thank you everyone for joining us, and we will see you next time. Bye.